Hey, hello everyone. We're doing a little bit of a different method this time. This is my second time going over replays. I have Foxplush here in the mic. Go ahead and say hello. so, they wanted to go and actually be in voice, so I felt like that would be a good step forward for me to going over these, so that maybe in real time, discussing the thought process and on a play-by-play basis might be good to go over directly. And we'll see how the flow goes. So since this is my second time, I'm doing a little bit different this time. We'll just see. So I have them here. And you said this was from a tournament yesterday, right?
Well, two of the matches. The Johnny one, it was more. I just chose that, just because I think it would show some bad habits I do have.
Okay.
The other tournament, though.
Okay. Alright then. So what we'll do is I'll go over them I'll let it play out once so I can see the match, and then we'll go over parts of the match that I think we can look at to see what the thought process was, the decision making, and then maybe other options you could look at for what other methods you could do for the goal that you're trying to reach in those interactions. I think that's the best method. It's not I don't go for this is right or wrong, because I don't think that's the right way to approach fighters, because it's player versus player, right? So it's more of to achieve this, what could you do in this moment? And because you were stuck in this, what created this situation to get you in this spot? So I think that kind of method is better because it gives you the overall view. So okay, let's get started with this first one. Alright, so I saw a lot of good, and I saw a lot of spaces that you could probably have done one or two other things and would have extended the idea a little more. So you have the right idea though for this match. I see this okay, you're taking your spots, you're feeling it out, and then capitalizing on some quick mix and then running away again, keeping life lead, and then forcing Baiken to chase you. I think that is the right method to get any consistency in this match, because just attacking her gets you killed. So yeah, this approach is good already. So this while it's good, it's like, yeah, it gave her a lot of hits, blocks on the worker. That's why this happened, right? This is really just, you didn't, I mean, it's round start, right? Like, you're not gonna know they're already attentive to this, but me, by default, I just try to do, like, sticking this on her is really good, right? It's just that it's unfortunate you got hit by this, because, you know, it's a surprise. I would say, like, round start, just be attentive against Baiken to see how antsy they are on guard cancel. So this gave you the info, actually. So it's okay you got hit by this, because you got the info you kind of needed instantly. You're like, okay, they're gonna guard cancel like anything that's heavy. Like, that's like a kind of letting you know where you're at. Okay, so let's see. I want to see how this happened. So you got this hit, because this didn't combo, but like, you got a surprise attack here. So, like, this is kind of an all-in, but it's, like, pretty good, because you knew the yo-yo was on them. If they're not, like, moving around, you'll get the free block slash hit, and then you get to attack immediately. So that's pretty good. It's just a bit risky if you didn't get this initial hit, right?
Yeah.
Because if you didn't get the initial hit, they'll probably just, like, preemptive 6P here. But, you know, this worked out. I'm not saying it's bad or good, I'm just saying, like, this is why this worked. This is really good. Just be aware of what can go wrong. Yeah. Yeah. Like, I'll never say don't do things, because, like, that worked, you know, that hit. Like, there's a reason it hit. I just like knowing, like, what could happen if, like, you know, they were moving around, things like that. So, like, they just happened to just be staying. So it worked. That's really good. Heck, I'm probably going to try that myself. You know?
I think it would have been better to just land block. Just, like, more safe route.
It's a safe thing, but you got the hit, so you were right. That's why I'm not saying, like, don't do... Like, I'm not saying don't do this, don't do that, because, like, that worked. You know, it was a surprise attack. They were surprised they got hit by the yo-yo, and then, like, you got to basically mix them up on just incoming down. So, like, that was good. So this is unfortunate, because, like, you know, you had the right read of, like, oh, you got the hit, but they burst early. If they burst any later... your 2K would have recovered in time. So this is just because they literally bursted the moment they got hit.
Yeah.
Because you were actually right to do that.
Yeah, I think right there I tried to do a pseudo jump, but I mistimed it.
Let me see.
I did a FD to go back in.
That's okay. Because, like, as long as you get what you want. Like, yeah, you can flub it a little bit, as long as you get up there, right? Because your whole purpose is, like, I need to get up here, get around her. So this is good.
One previously where I did do it, I kind of just FD land.
Yeah. So, here, if you did... I'm guessing you messed up on the, I'm guessing you wanted Razor Roger here instead, right?
Probably.
Yeah, because, like... You know, the falling Roger's too small, because you already did back set right here, right? So Roger's gonna be on the ground. So Roger's not gonna be as useful with that move, but if you did, say, like, here you did Buzzsaw, so, or not Buzzsaw, here you did the falling Roger. So we'll oops, my bad. let's get back there again. Okay, so here I'll try to do player 2.
It looks like I crossed myself up.
Yeah, you did. Because if you did it like this, you get a little more out of it, you know? It's that idea of, like, you already set it on the ground, so you get to approach. So I'm guessing that's what you were trying to do, but yeah, you cross yourself up, so it's hard to... and that's a lot of motions, so it makes sense. But that's what would happen if you got that right. Which is actually, I think, a good idea, because it makes her want to... Oh, let me just finish that thought. It makes her want to guard cancel, but it's on your terms, and you don't have to press a button. You can just run up forward and do nothing, and let her guard cancel, and you can punish the guard cancel. That's why, like, Buzzsaw is really good. in that method because it's already on her. Like she's not running into it; it's already on her. So you get to like basically attack without using yourself. It's like Roger's a full projectile and like can't get knocked out too. Because you know how Falling Roger and Punching Roger, you can hit Roger.
Yeah.
But Buzzsaw you cannot. So that's why that method's pretty good. Okay, let me go back a bit. So what were the interactions here? This. I stopped her. Up back. That's one good. Happy accident there. Okay, so this worked out. Up back, neutral, okay. Yeah, call. Yeah, this is good that you didn't swing, because a lot could go wrong here.
I was kind of in the mind to just let the yo-yo do the work for this match.
Yeah.
I know swinging into Viking is a very big risk.
Yeah. Honestly, I like this set here, because it's really safe. Like, it lets you have the yo-yo out, even though its position isn't the best. At least it's out on the field, so that you can still have rolling movement as an option. Like, I like to do that too. Like, I don't like she's in a weird spot where if I do too much, something too committal, she might fall on me. So yeah, I would do something similar to this just to have movement again, because that means that if she moves forward, right, you could actually right here, like if you're not sure what she's doing, you could do. Like, you already have yo-yo out now, so you could actually just straight up just get out of here and then, like, reset the yo-yo, or we'll go backwards. Just to create space. Like, you basically get granted movement, see? So that's why I said this yo-yo placement isn't good for attacking, but it's just good to, like, maneuver. See, look how many options you have just to maneuver.
And if they try to swing in the air, you can just recall.
You can what? Was it? Hold on.
Recall shenanigans.
Yeah. But the big idea here is just to create more space, because she's like kind of just coming at you. So, and the yo-yo, you know, that it gives you a chance to reposition yo-yo, so it's a little better. That's why I do this sometimes. I just do one rolling FDC, and then like see what they're doing, and then I like get out of there. Or if I think I can sneak in. If I think I can sneak in this, then okay, but that's like you know, it's dangerous if she's just swinging everywhere.
Yeah.
But the big thing is to get out of there, and also I did already notice that you were using many different methods in order to escape. You didn't escape immediately. You would delay escaping and fake it out, so that's good. Because everybody's looking for the immediate escape, not for the like delay escape into other things. So I'm just showing you like here, you already had like a sort of a setup for escape. But it's hard to notice, like, in the moment. Because you opted for a yo-yo to attack. But it's not at the prime position for attacking. That's why, like, this call, it's like, she's already kind of close. It's gonna only go, like, let me draw this out. So I can show you what I mean. So, like, when you called, right here, right, it's only gonna go here. And when you called, you basically gave up your turn. Like, let me show you how that worked. Let's let it play. So how it worked is you set it here, then she did this, so she gave up her turn technically because she has landing recovery here, and that was when you decided to call. So when you called, you actually gave up your turn here. Whereas, that's why I said the initial yo-yo set was really good, because you basically got to sneak it in. And then she took her turn. So that's why I showed you the escape methods, because you basically have a turn here. Like, yeah, she has a projectile, you can't, like, far slash. And, like, doing Falling Roger here is not the best either, because Falling Roger will have a lot of startup. But and then like if you do Razor is not great either because she's only gonna run forward here because she just sees, oh, there's this clear space in front of me. I'm just gonna run forward. I don't care about that yo-yo. So that's why I say like you could move instead. That's the thought process for me. Is like, okay, I don't have a lot of power here. How can I make it so that I don't give her a free in, like a safe way? And that's why movement is my go-to. Is because no one has the movement she has. Like you have so much dynamic options. So that's why I like, take to the skies and then see what they're gonna do about it, or just reset the entire screen, collect your yo-yo, and then set it again more safely. That's my thought process most of the time. It's like, I don't know what's going on. Let me just take the skies first. But take it... That's why I only use one roll FDC too. So if they try to chase, I can use my air dash still, and I can use my roll still. So that's the methodology. So like, here, she ran forward. So let's see, like, let me put it this way. So then, your yo-yo can only go here. It can only buzzsaw here, and then if you do falling, it'll go like here and here, but it's slow. So that's why she'll move forward here by the time this goes down, right? She'll be like here by the time Roger actually meets the ground. That's why falling isn't the best, and that's why calling isn't the best either. IMO, because like, yeah, it cuts off this area, but she's not gonna get there. She'd have to run and then jump. But she doesn't want to do that. Right? She just wants to get next to you here. This is her prime position. Heck, here is scary too. Let me clear this out so I could highlight this area. This is where she wants to be. Because her 2/ will be like around here, which is a really good poke. Her far / will be here. And then, and she decided to do the command run so that if you do poke, let me do that as a yellow. So if you do poke, your 2P will be around here, right? And that's a mid. Your 2K will be like here. So the best thing to call it out outright would be sweep, because that would hit around here. But that's a committing attack, right? So you're basically calling it out if you use this method. Which I don't say is like a bad thing, because technically you've already like she already has this. So let me clear this so I can get to the next thought. So she has this hurt box out, right? So she's already like, oh, I don't need to hit, I don't need to jump. Like, this is already like done. This is cleared. Bridget cannot like attack here because it's gonna be a hitbox here. Like, I'm explaining all this because it's important, because she earned her right to get next to you in this moment, right? It might not seem like a lot, right? But it's like, that's how fighters go. It's like there's always one moment that actually kind of steered the way they took advantage, like harder advantage, or got to pressure. So I think this was a core moment, right? Because like you called that's what you decided. You called the yo-yo to cut off this area, but it's just that this area was not really like, this was not a contested area. Like, that's why this was like, I said it's a good set for escape, but a bad set for attack. Yeah, that's a good way to think about it. A good set for escape, because if you were to like go straight up into the air and then go forward and then call, she'd have to super jump and then chase, and then this yo-yo will be active by the time you get over here. So when she chased too late, she's gonna contact the yo-yo itself and try to air throw you, but will get hit by pushing the H button and then meeting with the yo-yo projectile. That's why like escaping with the yo-yo behind you is so good, right? But that's why I say escape would be good, because it's like an indirect attack at the same time while you're escaping, if you do it right. So I'll demonstrate. Let me just here, and then okay. So we'll go back a bit, and then go to here, and then go. You see, like if you do it like that, you see how the yo-yo is like on me because I let go late. Because if I let go instantly, it goes around like that instead. But if you hold, let go like that, it's more on my backside. like that, see? So if you do slight adjustments like that, you get to do this too. Because you get to have the yo-yo not collected. Because if you do it immediately, you get basically collect it in a weird spot. And it's not a hitbox. Like, it's just weird little things like this that help. Cause see, like, it hit her. Like, on the ground. Just because I held it. Oop. I'm messing it around. Nah, I messed it up again. But this is the idea, my idea of, like, escape. So, you basically keep the yo-yo on screen, too, with the way I'm doing it. As I'm doing up, back, call, set into that. But the thing is, that's, like, 2 to 3 turns work, but you're earning it through getting around her. And I like to keep the yo-yo on screen as much as possible until, like, it's, like, completely useless. Like it's, like, off screen, like, in the skies, and it's, like, you know, like, if the yo-yo is, like, let me see, where's my, oop, my bad. Where's my, here we go. So if the yo-yo is, like, up here or something, then all you really have is movement. Then I would try to fight a little bit and then try to call it back. So, or I would just straight up run over there, collect it, and then, like, set it, right? But that's why right here it's okay, because it can at least be an escape method, and you're able to get the yo-yo out, like, at all. Because, like, if you didn't set it, you'd be in this situation, but with no yo-yo, no rolling.
Yeah.
So that's why I keep saying this was pretty good as an escape, specifically. Like, you understand my line of thinking?
Yeah. I think in this situation, I was more on the offense mind. Like, if I can just hit him with the yo-yo, counter it, I can get a combo.
Yeah.
In the mindset of escaping.
Yeah. So you have to switch your brain around from, like, escape or attack, like, kind of at a moment's notice. Because, like here, you say you want to attack, but the thing is, you kind of can't. Not safely, at least. Like, you can attack, it's just that it'll be really hairy. Like, you could try to far slash, but, like, here you can't far slash, because Tatami's out. So, let's see, how can let me do resume. So, like, see, the Tatami's here covering this, so you can't really far slash. Heck, I'll do it myself here. So we can, like, for sure, like, see. Hold on, start this. See, I got hit. So you can't far slash until a little later. But you could do this, but, like, it's like a read. See, I was wrong entirely. See, that's why I said it's not safe. Heck, you could probably do delay, but that's like reading too. So that's why my thing is, like, escape at this point, because you're already too close to the corner as well. So you don't have a lot of room for moving backwards. That's why my brain immediately thought, oh, I'll escape, reposition. She's gonna move forward. She'll move forward as I cross her over in the skies, and then I get to collect my yo-yo. And if she tries to press harder, that's why I did the method I showed you, was stopping the yo-yo behind me and then doing buzzsaw there. So if she decides to run immediately, buzzsaw will stop her. It's not like a damaging move, but it does stop her, and then you get to have a little bit of pressure too, or just guess. It, like, basically turns it into your offense by moving around her. That's the idea. So, like, I'm not saying don't attack, I'm just saying take your turn on your turns. So, let's see. You block this, you try to jump, got caught by that. So, what could you have done here? Because, like, she RC'd. I mean, it makes sense, like, you might have want to get out, but you got caught, so, and that created this combo. Got out. Okay, I wanna see what you could do here instead. Like, you could wait a little bit, or just FD, or could you? Yeah, you could. Okay, the reason it didn't hit you there is because if you just up back, you have a bigger hurt box, but if you FD, you have a smaller hurt box. That's why that. Yeah, it's a really weird thing in this game. So you basically, yeah, always FD when you want to get out, honestly. FD this. See, like, you were right. It was just, you needed an FD, that's all. Because, like, you basically got the clearance you need. Yeah, I'm gonna hold back, yeah. Yeah. Oops. Oh, I don't have any bar. That's why, too. Dang, you didn't have bar to work with. Heck, I did JP, and my JP made me not get hit for some reason, too. See?
Dang.
I don't know why. I think Bridget's hurt box just gets smaller if she does anything other than, like, because her body, I think, extends up a little bit, maybe? I'm not sure. But yeah, FD would be the safest, and then you get to do that. Because if you had bar and like, and you FD'd, you'd like block that move. Normally you would block it on the air. That was what I thought was gonna happen, but instead you actually get out entirely because your hurt box gets smaller if you FD. That's actually why a lot of people do like up back FD, not just because of the fuzzy, but because things like that can happen. So I guess, yeah, you were right. It's just you just had the FD. What else you could do though? Let me see. Cause like you want to block this. She's gonna take control and then try to do that. I guess just blocking it out would be okay. And then yeah, being a little more patient. Cause the thing is, the idea here also is the scariest thing she can do here. Like she's already calling out your jump, right? But the scariest thing she can do here, after the RC, is sweep as well. Sweep Tatami to do the same thing and call out your back. And if you do nothing, it's run up the row. So to be fair, jumping is okay because if she does run up the row, she's already close to the wall or corner. And she gets a full combo in corner off of the row. So she's in a pretty advantageous state here. Another thing you could probably do is DP. But that's a call out DP, but it's like she RC'd, right? So it's like a snap decision of like, oh, she RC'd. You already thought a back, but another thing is, yeah, probably DP and call it out. What do you have? I'm just wondering if you had enough time for, or if you got out of block zone for that though. Yeah, you did. Okay. So that is one method too. Is really but the thinking is she's RCing to get next to you. That's why that DP would work. If it were like, you know, she's just gonna tatami or something, or she just waits, it's kind of whatever. But like because she RC'd, the assumption is she's spending bar to get next to you. She's like locking you down. She wants to kill you. She finally has you on the floor. Now she can finally press the attack. So that's why a DP in this situation would be good. Because it's like stopping her from taking full offense by using her bar. And also denies her bar entirely too. Because the purpose of using bar here is just to continue offense. Because the command dash into Sakura, the whole purpose of that is just to like get next to you. Like the armor into an attack, into like RC, that whole entire sequence is literally just I want to keep you here. I want to call something. I want to hit you somehow, because just catching bridges is so difficult, right?
Yeah.
So that's why that's why that line of thinking of like what you can do DP is okay here. Like that's why. Like I like to have a reason why something half the time for a DP. Because like if you just do raw DP all the time, you're just gonna die, right? So here, in this particular instance, DP would be good. Just because of logic. Okay, so you got hit. You escape. This was really good thinking here. I really like this, just because, like, you know, this is always a safe method of getting out. Having Roger fall away you. This forced Baiken to have to take this mix-up. And you having the snap thinking of I'm just gonna do this overhead. They're not gonna see this coming, because that's true. No one's gonna see this coming. So you get this. That's good.
And that was something I'm gonna try to do is using Grazer Roger, try to call out some of the guard.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I think she has one move that can go over Razor Roger, but there was more of a risk there. But
I don't think it was too risky. Because in this spacing and this timing, she can't really like hit you for this. She kind of has to take this, and then you get to run forward, so you can FD stop here as well. But she got hit trying to do guard cancel. Like if we look at the, I'm guessing the, let's look at the inputs because I'm pretty sure the inputs are messed up. Yeah, see, there's the H guard cancel motion. So they tried to do guard cancel, but they messed it up, and an H button came out, and the way Razor's hits, I think, had a big enough hole that they could actually get frame trapped by itself. So that's why that happened. This was actually a H guard cancel attempt. Let's see. Actually, I wonder. I'm gonna do it this way. Maybe it came out. No, it didn't. See, that's what happens if it would have came out. See? See, I get curious.
overall,
Yeah, this was a good. Yeah, this is good. Because like even if they were right, they would have got out late, and or get hit by Razor. See? So you were right 100% with this. Like this was like the safest way to attack, and it covered that particular thing they chose. But let's see what would happen if they do other things. So they got hit for doing Sakura. That one. Kick would get them out. You would get hit by this. That's the one thing though. This is the most dangerous move. And they would actually just be 100% right. See? They get combo.
could you run up and throw that?
I'm not sure. Well, they're already in block stun. And then going into this, they're actually getting hit too. See? So in this instance, I don't think you can throw. See, they get a combo. See?
Yeah.
That's why that move is very strong, is because they can just do that, and then even if she didn't get hit, she would get a combo that way. So, this is like the move you need to look out for 100% when they have 25. Because it's very rewarding. Extremely rewarding. It's ridiculously strong. This move is why I don't attack her that much. The moment she has 25, it's really scary to attack her. But that's why, like, here, I would have inserted a FD stop around where Roger's about to activate. You could do it here because you're already running forward. So I would probably do it like that. Let me go back a bit. So you did this into this, okay. I would do it like that. Just to get one more layer of like being a little bit safe. I mean, the thing is, if you do that, you don't get the combo. That's the problem, right? So you have to choose. Here, you were right because it covered all the normal things, but just be aware, like very strong Bikins will like go for freaking force break, guard cancel very often because the reward is ridiculous. Like, if you're close by and she just does it by itself, she gets a link with, like, 2k normally. She just gets a combo.
And if they do the force break one, if you block it, do you get to counter hit that, or just keep blocking?
It's safe. Yeah, alright, I think it's safe. It's just very hard to punish. I'd have to look at the frame rate again. Because, like, I don't get to block it often. That's how fast it is? So, like let's say you do 2p staggered against Baiken and she does Sakura. You can actually block Sakura on time a lot of the time just because Sakura itself is pretty slow. So if you do like really delayed 2k or 2k 2p and then like you see Sakura coming out, you just block on reaction, you'll end up blocking because 2p and 2k have really good recovery. But that move that force break is so fast that you can't do that. Like, you'll get hit by doing 2p as well. That's how dangerous that move is. So I'm just saying, be aware of this move. Really. I'm not saying don't do this. I'm literally just saying be aware. This is on the table and can kill you.
It's the rock paper scissors.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah, just be mindful. Like here it worked out. That's good. I feel like you could do something here.
Probably could have gone for a throw.
I think right here you could do something because you.
Oh.
Let's see, wait, what was the knockdown? It was sweep. Let me see what you can do. We'll choose your method of 6 sets. Yeah, probably not enough time. Yeah, there it is. Because you can check up back like that. And you already have yo-yo there. It's not an immediate check. See, like I have to blink it, or I have to like double tap it to get it. But it's there, and then you can call and then do this. But it's like.
What would you do in this situation?
That's hard to say. Okay, on this knockdown, let me see. Let's go back to sweep. On sweep, I think you were just a little slow on the set, because you have actually more time to set it. See, like that. Because you actually have enough time to, like, if you set it immediately, like properly, and then, yeah, you could do that. But it's hard to do that consistent, right? I don't like attacking her directly, but here it's like you get an Oki situation. So what I usually do is I'll do four set. Oh, let me actually do it. Here. So I do this and then 2P, and then maybe try to mix up off of the 4 set, or repressure. Like as like that way, or let me get it out, and then delay this, or 2P 2S is like a natural frame trap, and the reason that one's okay is because you can jump cancel and block. So I'll do like a short one into this, and then like up back FD. Like something like that, and then. The reason I do 4 is because I get opportunity for overheads from over here because of jump slash. Like this. So you get that. And you also have it in the corner. So even if you don't even go for that, you can do like staggered 2Ps. And then forward slash, and then prep the yo-yo for either delay calls or just straight up call. I like doing delay calls because you could do. Oh, let me see if I could get her standing. Because you can. It's just really tight. See. So you could do. You actually call it out that way, and then you can get a reset there. And then what I meant about that delay call is you get to repressure. Just by delaying it just a little bit,
yeah.
And then you get to do basically a micro dash into run, and then you get to do 2P again and go for either a throw or actual repressure or maybe even a 6K. Sometimes, if you get them to just sit there, I do 6K on occasion when I feel like I finally got some conditioning, but that's like my thinking. I like using 4 set for this situation just because I love the yo-yo being here. Hold on. I love the yo-yo being here.
Yeah. Because
when it's here, you get to have overhead from this same spacing. You can sweep because all these spacings are here. And there's like, and burst is only here. Burst actually misses you from pressuring like this. And if they FD, you can call yo-yo and run forward anyway to repressure and go for a throw or a repressure 2P. Because there are times they'll push you out, they'll like FD you, but you already have yo-yo here, so you could just, oh, I'm pushed out, I'll just call yo-yo and run forward, and that delay call helps even more because they're already FDing, right? So FD increases your block stun, so you can actually like call delay yo-yo, run, let go, and then like run forward and go for a throw or 2K repressure. Like, the reason this is all really strong is just because you're at this spacing where burst is not on the table. Like, I mean, they don't have burst here, but it's just an example of, like, if they had burst, they have to take this. Because you're in such a far spacing and still pressuring, and yo-yo is already there. So you have everything you need in order to be oppressive. Like, just getting 4 set here in this corner gives you so much. Like, it's actually, I think, better than lock on. Just because it's in the corner and it's on the floor. Because it's on the floor, you get the perfect roll into overhead stuff. It's quick. It's still semi-reactable, but it's quick enough to catch people off guard. And you can technically do rolling FD air dash, but that's like too much, and a lot of people will have escape by then. That's why I do far slash, sweep, 2S. Because those are faster and they're actual attacks. If you want to repressure, I just use the yo-yo itself and give it up. Like, I don't like giving it up because it's so good, but there are times where you're pushed out, you need to get back in, you have to use it. But the fact that it's there, it's a really good... And also, if you so happen to... This is a funny thing. If you happen to, like, have yo-yo here, right? And then you do rolling and you're, like, here and then they burst you... It's okay because yo-yo is still here and you're gonna be over here, right? But you can call yo-yo immediately, and if they move, yo-yo is gonna come back like this. So it's so what was that?
I said I never considered that as an option.
Oh yeah, that's why whenever I always throw yo-yo around here anyway. So even if yo-yo is here, it's okay because like if they burst and they're right, it's okay. It doesn't matter because it's gonna go into this line right here. All of this is gonna be a hitbox. So you'll tech. They're gonna be already moving. By the time you tech and call, it's gonna be a hitbox over here. And if they move forward, they're gonna meet with it. So and then by the time they meet with it, you can air dash forward if you want. You can jump. Basically, you can stay here. Yo-yo will do the work for you, and then whatever happens, you can capitalize. And then, like, if I see a hit, I'll try to stop it here, and then do lock-on so it goes over here. Because usually when they get hit, they'll tech either here, or if they are holding back, they'll go tech over here. It will miss tech forward because they'll be up here. But that's okay. Because, like, you basically... you'll get yo-yo back, you can move back or forward, and see where they're going, and you have an amazing 6p. So if they decide to be aggressive and jump on you, you just see them fall down into your 6p for free and get free damage. So that's why that's why burst in the corner with yo-yo down here, it's like, okay, sure, I get to run forward anyway. Heck, you can even technically call yo-yo a little bit so that you'll let me clear this. You could even do call yo-yo. It'll move forward here. You can stop it here, then do lock on, or do punch Roger, and then it'll punch all the way over here as a wall, right? But regular call is usually best, just because it's quick and it's like consistent hitbox. Because punching, it's like it hits here, then here, then here. It's like very staggered, and it's a little hard to work with. But yeah, like, just having yo-yo here at all is so strong. It's just so good. That's why I like doing 4H set against a cornered opponent in this situation. It just gives you so much, and you actually do have enough time to stop them from outbacking. You just have to be really good with your micro dash 2P. I don't get it every time. I just try. If you at least get an air hit, at least you get a weird air scramble, air backdash into... Like, you'll get they'll scramble here, then you can, like, air backdash over here, then do slash so that it meets here. So if they air tech forward, you'll be at least safe and you'll be down here. And then you can 6P around here anyway. All this clearance, and you'll still have yo-yo down here anyway. Like, that's if you're wrong and got a random air hit here. You know? Like, you still have so much clearance just because Yo-Yo is down here. Plus, if you hold Yo-Yo, you can actually 6S free. Because you have negative edge Yo-Yo available to cover this area if you're wrong. That's why, like, here, that's why I said here, I felt like you had a lot of options. It's just unfortunate you got like a slower, like a slightly delayed 6H, so you didn't have as much to work with. And I personally don't like using 6H too much against here, just because like it's a higher elevation, so you don't get rolling overheads as easily. You get stuff. It's just that you don't get as much. The one thing you do get though is immediate yo-yo call is an option instead, because it's already there. Whereas 4H, it goes here into there, so you have to make up for that time yourself. So that's the benefit of 6H, is like you get to have immediate yo-yo call as an option, which is actually a really good option, because it's a little easier to call out a back with its hitbox and just calling it. Because micro dash 2P is like pretty hard to do consistently. But yeah, this is why I say I like felt like you had a good moment here. Yeah. Just showing you, like, if you can get this down, like, you'll actually beat people outright right here. The moment you get this sweep, you actually can win right here. That's how strong it is, even against Baiken. Like, and Baiken's a nightmare, so like, it says a lot. Okay, let's move forward. Yeah, these FDs are really good. Just want to point this out. Like here, let's see. Air call, they were right to run forward. This block was really good. I feel like, yeah, you already did this. This would be my only suggestion, but you already did it.
I think I did it a bit late.
No, it's okay. Like, far slash actually has a lot of start. Jump slash has a lot of startup. Like, the only other thing you could do here is JK, because he activates faster, but it's a smaller attack. Yeah. So like, yeah, far slash was a good attempt. Oops, I actually took control. Hold on. Yeah, FD was good because this is plus, and then you push them back, force them to retaliate. You got out. You want to get out, create space. I like this because this was a different method of restructuring everything. Because they're now used to looking for you from over here. Oh, like, I'm gonna draw it.
Trying to look for the Raju
Yeah,
here.
they're looking for you to go here because you've already done it. But instead, you went straight down, which basically what's a good way to say it? It like yeah, it just tricked them. It just tricked them because they're so used to you going around. So you coming back down was good. Now let's go forward a bit. And that covers the air, I guess. I think here, let me see this. Okay, so this. What else? I feel like you could do something else here. Cause even I'm guessing this buzzsaw was so that it would cut off. Let me get this out. Clear this, and then okay, so this I feel like was to cover her air dash, but this was actually already too high, right? So the way to fix that is just know, okay, I'm a little high, I'll just set the yo-yo a little later on my jump. That's really all it is. It's just a small adjustment. So like, you're already really high, so instead of it setting there, let's do a call here and then do it like that. See? Just a slight delay is enough. But this is just getting used to doing this kind of thought process. Because you weren't wrong. It was just you need to get used to knowing by the back of your hand how high you are and when to set it, which takes a long time to get used to. I understand, but all I'm saying is you're right. Just go a little lower for blocking off that area, and which is a good idea, I think, because you already have the life lead. She wants to move forward, and if you do it and then you have it low enough, you could poke around. Let me see. Like, you're basically cutting off the screen, right? So if you had it a little lower, it would cut off this, so she can't air dash. You basically get to poke here, or you can move here in 6S, because they might up back on looking at Roger. Because what happens is when you have Roger on screen, people tend to up back a lot. Like, they'll like see Roger, and then their immediate reaction is actually just, I want out. So that's why sometimes when I have Roger out, I just straight up 6S preemptive, because so many people just up back on reaction of Roger's existence. It's not every time, it's just it happens so often. So, and it happened here. So like, see, like, Roger's out, up back. See? The Viking up backed. Because they don't want to get next to Roger. And then there's that air dash. Okay, so here you set the yo-yo. Yeah, I did like this that you collected it, Roger, so you could just have Roger faster. And then, yeah, set it out again. I think here, she's still a little close, right? Like, it feels like she's a little too close. So here, I would suggest, because like, you didn't do anything, right? You walked forward, she got to air dash on you in H. Right, she got to take control. My suggestion is in this kind of thing, like, you already have yo-yo out. It's in front of her though, so it's not that potent. And if you do any Roger attacks right now, it's actually too slow. She'll get to you in time. So this is another moment of I'm out, or up back I'm out, or super jump. See, super jump gives you a little more height, so you get to get out, because you're not sure, right? So that way you're out of there. Yo-yo is now right behind her. See, just by moving back a bit. And then setting it again. Oops, not that. But yeah, you get what I mean, right? You have enough time to move, and if they move forward, the yo-yo is now behind them. See? Because you actually want you want them to move into you when the yo-yo is out, right? So that's why moving around is okay here instead of attacking. Like this, yeah, this could work. This is a read though, and if you're wrong, you're dead. So I mean, technically you could do that, but even that's like too much. So that's why I say, like, the safest is movement, because Bridget is that slippery. That's why I said, like, this is just another moment of you already set it up. It's just now you have you have to pull them in basically, and like just moving around at all is enough. See, because like this basically is the, like, you already took that, y'all both took your turn, so it's like at this spacing she's and the reason movement is best is just because it's like this is here, right? All moves that will move forward are too slow, and it's already too late for you to do Buzzsaw. Like, Buzzsaw has to already be active for it to be a threat here. Punching will be too slow as well. So regular yo-yo call's technically another thing, but it's like in front of her, so it's not that useful. And calling it now is a little dangerous because you'll give up time. So, but if you call, she basically gets to run forward. and then by the time your yo-yo, even if you let go late, like gets into position to hit her, her far slash will be in range to hit you, right? So that's why all the regular methods are already too slow for this spacing. The spacing isn't bad per se, it's just that, you know, because yo-yo's in front and not behind her, you can't attack. So you want her to get, like, she's basically gonna be here somehow. Like, she wants to be here. So, which means yo-yo being here is okay as long as you move. If you move, she's gonna move where she wants to get next to you. You're already gone, and yo-yo is here now. Is now behind her. Like, she's here, yo-yo is still here. So you got the goal of sandwiching with the yo-yo by you moving. And also, even though I do yo-yo call, I do yo-yo set again, usually on the same jump, so that yo-yo isn't moving too much, and I get to keep the reward of me moving around. Learning when to use yo-yo set reset, like learning when to call it and then making a set again, like takes a while, but it's like very rewarding. But it's still risky because it's still the same startup as yo-yo call for your own body, so you can get counter hit for stopping the yo-yo as well. But that's why you get the clearance by getting at the top of the screen, and then like going and calling it when you're here, so that you land cancel the recovery. So like my point is, this was fine. You just had to do something, right? But doing so many things here would get you killed, right? So that's why, like, usually in this situation, just roll FDC.
Yeah.
Just roll FDC, cause roll FDC is the fastest jump in the game. Cause you'll be like up here within like 2 to 3 frames or something. It's like ridiculous. That, and you can hold FD. If they somehow get next to you and like swing at you, you can hold FD like freaking here. So you'll be safe on the way up.
Yeah.
So it's the safest thing, gives you clearance, lets you see what they're doing down here. Yo-yo is there now, and it can go up as an attack too. So if they get here anyway, you can immediately attack too, technically. It's just that if you land and the yo-yo is here, it's more potent. That's all. Yeah, my answer usually is just rolling FTC. Just because it's that safe. Because swinging is too scary. Like, swinging here, yeah, you could stop her, but she has enough clearance to air dash. Like, you can 2P, but then react to the air dash, but then it's like, it's a lot of noise. It's a lot of mental stack. So you might not be able to react in time. Like, I know I have some trouble with that. That's why I actually preemptive 6P a lot on some spacings. Like, and yeah, in some of my matches, it looks like I'm just swinging everywhere like a madman. But it's actually because, oh, okay, she's here. If she immediately air dashes and I do 6P, it'll meet around here, right? And if I'm wrong, like, they're not going to immediately hurt me. I can still block on time or something like that. Because I can't react around here. Like, me, myself, as a player, I can't react around this area. But I know my 6P will work, like, around here. I just need to just do it. I'm deciding on an action early. But I'm gambling that because if they run and then I miss, they can either pressure or punish it, right? So I'm actually gambling. But I'm, like, compensating for my own player ability. But yeah. All in all, just here, rolling FTC would be the safest thing. Or super jump back is good too, because that's actually less buttons and a little easier on the spur of the moment, because you're already crouching, so you just super jump up, and then like that actually is sometimes fast enough. Because her super jump is pretty high, so you don't get to do a double jump, but that's okay. Like you have two more rollings, so you're fine. Like it actually took a buddy of mine, my mentor, to tell me, bro, you need to use super jump. You never super jump. I'm like, what? Why? You can just roll FT. It's like, just look. You just get up here and it's faster, and you don't think hard for it. You just do two buttons instead of like all these other buttons all at once. Like, you just do this. Oh, you're already here. Look at that. They have to reach you now. So that's what you want too. So sometimes something as simple as super jump is actually the answer.
Yeah.
Alright.
That is something I'm gonna start trying to use more.
Yeah, just use it sometimes. It's to know where to use it. Because, like, that was me for, like, a good while. Like, I don't know where to use super jump. So I'll just use it everywhere. and if I die, okay, that is not where you do it.
Oh.
It's, you know, sometimes it's just...
Trial and error.
Yeah, just trial and error. Just to know where. Alright, let's move forward. Alright, block. Oh, actually, technically here... You see how, like, she air dashed and you blocked, right? But now the yo-yo is there. Basically in position for attacking. So, I actually think... Okay, you got this. You got to jump. So, technically, you could attack here. Technically, you could attack here. Like here. Because the yo-yo's already in between. Or more like, she's in between the yo-yo and yourself. So technically, and she's already missing a big move because you got out by up backing. So technically, you could just yo-yo call
and use the air dash to create space, so I'm at least somewhat more safe.
it's if you want to, you could, but like I feel like you could just straight up attack, like call and then like maybe mash, because the yo-yo is already in prime position. So you get to have one attack and then build off of it, or delay call and then build off of it, or call, set, and then do this too to stop approach. Because you got the clearance now. Oops, I called it wrong. But she does run forward after. See, so no, I don't want that. So it's like you have to have like the spur of the moment. Oh, I actually can attack. Storing input. Oh, it's storing a 214. Okay. So you could do that, and then do this. So if they move forward, they can't, right? So it gives you, because moving back into the corner sounds like a bad idea, but if you already have yo-yo, no, they can't. So. That's why I said here you can actually attack, but it's like you have to do it with like the right intention. It's a lot, because it's like if you mess up like how to attack, you could get clipped, or you lose the yo-yo position, you lose a lot. But the thing is, you earned it by blocking the earlier attacks. So like she got in, the yo-yo's behind her, but she's attacking. Now you got out. You basically beat her Reaper right here. So that's why you get the right to just straight up call a yo-yo right here. Because like you could see, okay, you're rolling FTC, you see that she did that. And then you called it. And then you're dash. So it's like a... Let's see. What would be the... Like, yeah, actually, yeah. If you just up back here, yeah, it would be the best time to do that kind of offense. Because by the time you get up here, it's already too late. Because the yo-yo is not gonna contact her anymore, see? But, you know, air dashing away was okay to get out. So my guess is here, you wanted to just escape, right? So yeah, you were right to just straight up run away. Because that was your goal. But I'm just letting you know that technically, when you did this, you could have attacked. It's just a little hairy. It's just a little hairy. Because, like, basically had to have attacked, like recognizing you cleared that, but you've already committed to escaping. Yeah, recognizing when you basically got to sandwich someone and then attack, it's like, it's a little hard. Technically, you could mash. Let me see. After pushing her back here, you could technically mash. Because the close slash got pushed a lot with FD. So you could do this. Just because of FD. Because she'd have to have done this. Oops. Let's do that into... Oops. Let me do it like and then she'd have to have done this or this immediately. But she was like doing repressure on reacting to FD, pushing back, not on just straight up repressure like this. Oh, hold on, let me get the tatami. See, like that. This is to like kind of continue or like try to catch yo-yo up backing and stuff. But the FD earns you the space you need. So she needs to actually earn that the FD block stun, or use the FD block stun in order to catch something or stagger. See, that's the back and forth with just blocking. But in this time, she was not looking for FD, right? So you were right to gain the space with FD and then run away. But I'm just letting you know that because you earn that space, you can actually just straight up do this. Because you already set everything up. And technically, you could probably do... Let me see if I can get this. And this, this is when forward slash is good. And then you get to repressure. And technically, because you get this sequence, you can do this. This is good because you're using the hit stun you earn and turning that into a frame trap. Because sometimes people mash or like move or something, and then 2S is like, if you get the hit, you get an entire combo if you're right. If you get a regular straight hit, okay, you get extra damage. If you if you get that straight hit on airborne opponent, not only are you safe from everything, they're attacking all the way. Like, let's do it this way. Like, let's say you do that sequence I did, right? And then 2S somehow hits. And they're over here. And 2S hits. You'll be doing 2K around, like, here-ish. And then they'll be teching away. So you get to do a yo-yo set again. Like, even if they'd have to neutral tech air dash in order to stop you. Which is a lot to do. But usually they'll tech, air back. They'll tech back because it's like a surprise. If they're ready for it, they'll probably do neutral tech mash or forward tech. But even if they forward tech, they'll be up there super high, so you get to do another yo-yo set anyway. I like setting yo-yo where I think they'll land when they're up there up top of the screen and you can't see them and you can't see Bridget. I'll like run forward a little bit and then do 6H set and then air backdash, and then I'll be like over here and yo-yo will be over here. Because they're so high in the air that it'll take them some time to come back down. So that way, like, it doesn't really matter where they are. They're going to land in between Bridget and the yo-yo, and you get to go for offense again. You could also technically do up-back, was it 7 set? So that it'll go all the way. It's just that it's a little slow. So that's why I'd rather move myself forward, set the yo-yo, then move back. And by moving back, I'll do super jump air backdash. Because they'll be like around here, so you're facing the other way. Like you're facing towards them. Let me clear the screen. You'll be facing towards them on the way down, so they'll be coming down. And then I'll have set the yo-yo, then I'll have to air backdash. To create space. Or I could just super jump air backdash as well. To make sure I'm not around them. It's a lot, but the reason you get to do a lot is because they're so high on the screen that like it moves the screen up. That's when you can do all this. So that way you can basically get to attack more in a match. Because you have to keep on earning your right to throw the yo-yo. You have to keep earning your right to attack by getting the yo-yo behind them. This gets to skip a lot of that because they're off screen. But that's like, that's like if you already got to like hit them and then there's like air tech and then they get to air tech back and stuff. It's one of those moments where recognizing that you already anti-aired them, but it's a normal hit, so you don't get a lot out of it. But you get to actually get one free set on the yo-yo. That's actually the thing you earn. And sometimes that alone is enough. But yeah, I just wanted to show you that FD, basically that you attack and you got to do more with that attack because Yo-Yo's there. It's not. It doesn't seem like a lot, but sometimes that one sequence of far slash, call Yo-Yo, and then there's still plus, because the Yo-Yo call being the last hit and you're already moving forward, you can do 2S, you can do throw, and you can do 6K. An immediate 6K. Like, you get to basically mix up off of the hit. That's basically the reset, because you don't get to a combo off of it. It's too far. So instead of using the plus frames that you earn for a combo, use it for frame trapping or mix up. I mean, I'm sure you already know that, but like, it's just covering like this instance. You get to earn this instance of it. Is that clear? Like, do you follow me? It might be a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot, but some of it's stuff I already know. It's just more like
this is where, yeah,
put it together.
Yeah.
And that will come with time. I'll go over the replays. Tonight, trying to think about it all.
Yeah, I just want pointing out, like, this is another instance of where you get to do these things here. It's not like, sometimes it's not obvious, like what you actually earned with your actions. Like, what are the other things you can do? And that's why this replay mode is so amazing.
And I think that's one of my major weaknesses, is not realizing where I can do stuff and where I can't.
Yeah, it's a lot though. Like, Bridget has some of the most options in the game, just because her kit is so freeform. So that's why it takes a long time to grasp, like, when to attack, when to escape. Like, just having those two things, knowing when to do what, is like so hard, because she has so many moves, so many things, and so many variables. So recognizing each one is a lot. And yeah, this just comes in time. I just learned through dying. So thankfully, you know, we have great net play and stuff. So, all right, let's move forward. Okay, here, whenever I get these, you don't get a combo. You really don't. But notice how high they are. Remember what I said about when they're so high, the screen moves? You get a free set here if you don't go for the jump, right? Look how much, I'll show you. So you get this, right? I'm gonna do it like around here. I usually run forward set. Because usually I don't know where they're gonna attack. I just don't know. So I move myself to clear the entire thing and then just set a yo-yo. But that's a terrible set. But like, I'll set it. Sometimes 6 set is enough, because like, you don't know where they're gonna be and they move forward. See, look, she moved forward. See, look there. So you basically get the goal already. So this is one of those instances of like, what do you get off of this stupid hit that like you can't convert into damage? You get to basically reset the ground and then set the yo-yo on your terms for those few frames, but it's enough, because like I said, like just doing that entire sequence let me have the yo-yo there. See, now the yo-yo's there. So like that's the whole like thinking out of the box thing. Like, I had to find ways to turn nothing into something. Like this, you know, this 2S, you can't do this, you can't do that. Well, what can you do, right? Because technically you could try to get JK, but like, you can't get the hit, and then that whole time that you tried to get the combo, it's like time you could do to just set the yo-yo instead. You just give up on that and use that time that you earned by getting a reposition on your terms. Like, that's how I take those kind of like hits. Like, you get that little bit of damage, but you get to set the screen on your terms. Because they're not gonna be able to like hit you, because look how much time they're in the air until they can tech. See? That's how much time you got, because you know it's supposed to be for a combo, but you don't get a combo. But that's the amount of time they have of untech time into air tech. and you can do 2K and to run forward. Then they're teching. You're already running, and all that time for with them teching, it gives you the time for that set. Like that's just taking all of it at once, and I need to do this too. I need to get the this into this, and then
It's one of my favorite things to do.
yeah, it's really clever. I think you could technically run forward 2P. No, you don't. Yeah, Yo-Yo's already done. Okay, what I think you could do by getting more out of this, I feel like you can do more with this. Hold on, let me see. How did you do this? This, run, and... Okay. So... maybe here. This is me experimenting now.
It's fine.
Okay, do... Oh, that's a lot of motion, that's why. Okay. It might be too much. Okay, hold on. We'll go back a little more. Because I feel like there's something here. Okay, you did it late. Okay, so... Okay, oh, right. So, while the buzzsaw is good, this is what I do.
So do the recall, un-recall it, and then do something.
Yeah, and then set it there, so it's like a wall. I'm trying to see how the... Oh, okay, it's there. That's why. Because you did this. Oops. Okay, that's how it stopped her there. So, I do this into this. Because if it hits, cool. If not, whatever. And then it turns into a wall. Like, your idea is neat, but the thing is, the reason you can't do much off of it is because Buzzsaw itself already contacted so early that, like, you don't get to build off of it. Whereas my method, it's a similar idea, but it's like 2 hitboxes. And you get to move around. Like, yeah. But I'm thinking maybe if you do, like, delayed. Like, you did it already delayed. The only reason, like, this is neat, but, like, you do like this, might be okay, but it's just, it gives so much time for the opponent to move already. Because you already did it early, right? You did it early. Dang it, I'm kidding. Alright, here we go. Did it like this, but see, she's already out. So, that's why, like, this thing, it's like, if she moves, cool, if not, it's okay, you reset into this. And then it's there in the screen a lot longer. If they don't contact, and if they do, you get something out of it because you're already standing here. Like that's why I do this sequence. Yeah, because I was trying to see like, okay, that's neat, but you're not getting a lot out of this. So that's why I'm like, okay, what do I do usually? Okay, it's this sequence. And that's the whole like taking advantage of calling, and then resetting it, and then doing something off of the reset. Because it's now the yo-yo is in between you and the opponent. What can you do with that? Well, usually the opponent moves towards you, so Buzzsaw is usually pretty good if it's right in the middle of the screen. Because it also gives you, oh, hold on. It gives you this too. And you can just do this for free. Because now it's like really close, it's like close-ish to the ground. So you get to do this for free. See, I mean, she hit me there, but like, you can also do this to cover the screen. You're basically putting a hitbox on the screen, putting more hitboxes, just to harass. See, I even did it like a little faster, so that like I'm landing into. There. See, now I have more time with Roger. Because I'm land canceling the recovery. Oops. See? I land canceled the recovery there. So I get to have more time with Roger at all. I basically almost got 3 attacks. Three high recovery attacks. Oops. Like, that's why I do that. It's a lot. It's like a long sequence. But you basically earned it because you're at the top of the screen. And it's just learning how to control, like, knowing where the yo-yo is in your own brain without seeing it, and then knowing how fast it is. Like, that's why, like, I'm doing it in, like, a specific, like this, because I know I'm pulling it up off the ground, and I want it to still be around the ground. So I do it fast enough so that it's still around there. Because if I just call it, it's just already there. Actually, where is it now? It's on the ground. See, it's on the ground, so if I do it too late, it's too high. See? Also, you can hold to keep it there. See? So you can do hold, let go now, and then do so it can be a lot lower on the ground too. But trying to get the land cancel like that is a little hard because it's like a lot of sequences. There we go. See? There we go. See? Now it's basically on the ground. Because I'm using negative edge to keep the yo-yo on the ground. Or pulling it up only a little bit. See, this is why Bridget's a lot. Because I'm using the combination of her techniques all at once just to keep the yo-yo from moving too much, but still taking advantage of its position all at once while moving across the screen. Like, all so that I can have Roger stay there, still be pretty potent on, like, being a wall, and then taking advantage of that position and then poking safely with huge buttons that normally are extremely unsafe and basically a death sentence to whiff. They're now powerful because you can't run at Bridget and hit her for free. You'd have to use, like, something intangible that can go through Razor Roger, and there's only a handful of things that can actually do that in the game. Baiken doesn't... Baiken's Tatami, I think it's negated by Buzzsaw when it's a projectile, but not when it's a regular hitbox. So that can technically go through, but it'll be like a weird trade, and like you can kind of see Baiken coming because you're already attacking. So she'd have to already be in position, and you'd have to be willingly running into her for that to happen. When normally you can just whiff freely with Roger right next to you. Like, it just lets you poke for free with these huge normals that usually have so much wrong with them for just throwing them out. Like, you basically get to just throw them out. Like, by doing this sequence. Like, it's a lot to do, but it's like, when you get in the moment of like, oh, yo-yo's on the ground. Oh, I can just air dash over and I'm free. Oh, that means I can also do this entire sequence and basically have Roger out for a long time while I'm free to move. It's a combination of a lot of things that Bridget can do. But yeah, I'm basically telling you, like, you were right. Just do it like this. And, like, you get a lot more out of it. Because, like,
with this topic God do want to bring up is, how do you feel about the Roger Rush version?
Roger Rush is really good. It's just you need to know when to use it.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's like, I use it to snipe. Like, it's not useful here because it's not gonna hold someone down, right? What you want in this sequence is to hold someone down or stop somebody or, like, basically take control of neutral, right? Safely. Whereas Roger Rush is more for attacking, right? Roger Rush I use for, like, let's say against Milia. If you get a regular sweep Oki, Milia's like to backdash first thing, right? Because her backdash is godlike. So what I like to do is I call it out first thing by doing, if I have 25, I'll do 6H set into a specifically timed force break Roger Rush so that the first punch can hit the backdash. You can kind of do it so that it can sort of meet. It won't meaty properly where they wake up normally, but you can kind of get it so that the beginning part of the arm is still a hitbox, so you can kind of make it so that it hits both that spot and the spot where her backdash ends. But it's hard to do that consistently, and she can technically run through that setup because she ducks as she runs, and it's not meaty. It's not super meaty. Like it's meaty enough so it could catch a back and a jump, but it won't hit the jump. She'll block on the way up. But because of that, she can technically just run at Bridget for doing it because it's not meaty. Like on frame 1. So that's actually the counterplay. Is run forward. But if they just block, they'll block the punch. If they up back, they'll block the punch. And if they backdash, they get hit. And it's good to do on occasion, just so that like because Melias do backdash so much, right? It's good to do, just because its rate of success is very high. Just because of base level like Melia habits, like across the character itself.
Yeah.
So they like to backdash first and then start blocking. No Melia will block first. It's not very common. So it's okay to do on a like at first, and then just start doing regular yo-yo stuff after, because they might start blocking. And if they start backdashing again, then start sniping again. But I do that because it's a high damage combo. Like high damage against squishy Melia, and it's already hard to fight her. Period. So if you finally do knock her down, it's good to go for that, just because it is worth doing. Like they'd have to, if they write, they do get basically a free combo, but it's a read. Like you're reading, and she has to read the read in order to do all that. And that's only happened to me a handful of times after long sets. Like in a tournament set, usually you won't get punished for it until like you've done it maybe 3 or 4 times. Then like maybe game 3 they'll like straight up not respect it. But you know, it's late into a tournament set, right? That's when I use Roger Rush Force Break, is really to snipe things, or to hold someone down, or yeah, I use it. Usually it's to snipe a backdash. Like you can snipe most backdashes in the game with it. Another thing is to set up a fuzzy in the corner. You can kind of do like what's it? You can probably do Kickstart My Heart shoot in the corner. Do like a neutral set. Force Break Roger Rush. Jump JK, land, and immediately do jump JK again, fuzzy hit, and to third punch. So you could do that. It lets you do that in mid screen too, but getting the I'm still having trouble getting the third hit to hit on the fuzzy in mid screen. The timing is really hard because I use JP in mid screen because it's a bigger hitbox, but I have less hit stun to work with, so that's why it turns into really just a straight hit into a cross up punch into I just go for an overhead or a throw or something at that point, because the punch pushes them into you on the cross up, so you get to do one mix up. But it's really to snipe things because it's so fast. You could repressure with it, but I'd rather. Well, sometimes it's okay to repressure with it because you could kind of call out things with it. But I'd rather save my meter for sniping something that has a high chance of hitting, or if it does get blocked, I get a sequence that I can actually work off of. Because just straight up repressuring, she already has so many other ways to repressure that cost no bar. So I'd rather save the bar for something else. Like, getting bar with Bridget's already hard, so I don't like using it unless I really have to, or I can snipe something. Because I'd rather save it with for me and my killing machine, because that's so potent. It's pretty high damaging for Bridget. It locks out so many defensive methods. Like even if they're right on burst, they'll still get hit by the tail end of me and my killing machine. And if it's like a low health character, they're like, if they're already low health at the end of a match, they sometimes die for bursting, and even if they're right. if they dead angle, they cannot dead angle. Like, even if they're right and it blows Bridget away, they still get hit by the tail end of it, same thing, and you can call those out. You get like 3 or 4 chances of mixing up with it. If you're right, it does a lot of damage on its own because it's super. Like, that move is like how I win half the time. So I'd rather keep as much meter as possible for dead angle or for me and my killing machine. Because just having dead angle alone against certain matchups let you live longer. Like, yeah. Like, it's a good move. It's just that it has its spots. And how I burn meter, I only do it very occasion things. Like, it's like very hyper specific just because I like holding onto my meter so much. I'm sure there's probably other players that like rather use it more, but me personally, me and my killing machine is just that good.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. Actually, I want to ask for this. Like, it worked out, but like for this, what were you looking for?
I was trying to see if you just run up and try to slam into it. So I know some people like to swing.
Yeah.
For some reason. So I did super slow and then right to shoot you up.
Yeah. Okay.
It was a hard call out. It was a risk, but I was like, screw it. I'm gonna see if it works, and it did.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
probably shouldn't have with health lead, but...
No. The thing is, I do this sometimes too, for a very similar reason. So I'm like, I wonder if it's the same reason, and yeah, it is, because it's a raw hitbox. So it's like all that is hitbox. Yeah.
I was trying to catch it at the tail end of it, so I'd recover just a tad bit faster. It's the reason I started super slow.
Yeah. Yeah, it is risky, but that's why I also say like it's not wrong to do if like the reason makes sense. And like here, yeah, it makes sense. Like there are times where people just run forward and push a button, and like usually for Bridget it's like scary to stop. But with this move, it just straight up wins because all that's a hitbox. Yeah, this is the same reason I use it on like sometimes random. It looks like it's actually to call out.
It catches people off guard.
Yeah, it does, and it's very safe if you tip it. So like, why not, right? So yeah, I was wondering. I was like, this is probably a call out, but I was just wondering. Yeah, it is. Okay. And yeah, that was another call out. See, technically here, let me see. If so this worked just because they just refused to respect. But this is a case of like, if you had bar, force break would actually be the go-to for the same for the same reasoning. It's just that it's more potent. Like it activates faster. It's there for a long time, and like by punch number 3 you're already there, because like they can jump out when technically punch number 2 if they're immediate, but usually they're too surprised by Roger, so they'll block the second one, but by the second one they'll jump out a third. So but you're there by that time. But yeah, this worked out because of them being impatient, as if they literally did nothing, Roger would actually not contact. Like I just find it funny. See, like it would it contact, but it's like pretty sure you can back. Oh no, that's actually like a lot of blocks in. There we go. So like, there's a hole there. That's why I don't do punching regular unless it's like I'm okay with like giving up a lot. Heck, I think. Yeah, so you can hit Roger. That's why I'm just pointing out it's not super meaty. You were right, because they just moved forward and got hit. But like getting punching Roger to be meaty at all is like it's so hard. But yeah, I understand the whole reasoning. It's just if they move forward, cool. If not, whatever. If they respect it, cool. I get to do stuff. They can't punish me for this. Yeah, it was a good call. It was a good call. This was so scary. I just want you to know, this was so brave. Like so brave, because I want to show you something. Oh no, they're already doing. Okay, no, it's. Oh, I was wrong. That. That's why. See, H is that button. It's like you were early too, and it's still traded. The only reason is because they decided to jump slash. Because it's just worked out. Because 6S has no upper body invul, so that tends to happen. And also, if you do, hold on, let me get there. Oh, not here, not here. It's a little more back. No, it's around here. $6P is clean for both H and S at this range, and even if you mistime it, she's standing, and you get a block string. Like if they end up blocking on the ground, you get a block string if you're wrong. If your timing is wrong. Whereas this, if your timing if your timing was just slightly wrong, you get hit. You get hit there. Look, I'm doing it earlier too. That's why your 6S here was just godlike, because that's how shoestring of a like timing that was, of like getting this right. Cause see, I'm doing it earlier and I'm getting hit. Like you just hit it like that perfect timing. That it was a clean hit. Like that's why I was like, oh my god. When I first saw that, I was like, I didn't say anything, but I was like, what the hell? That was so risky. So much could have went wrong, but you hit it. And I'm like, that was just godlike. That's just
sometimes ignorance is bliss.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm like, but yeah, that's why I had to show you like how much could go wrong. Just how much could go wrong. And the reward is like, not the best, but okay, let's see. What did you do for the? Okay, you attempted a 6S again. So let me show you what you can do off of this. Besides trying to go for a 6S again, is you get this. Basically, that sequence is almost guaranteed. It's not guaranteed, because they can forward tech away. But if they back tech or neutral tech at all, you basically get a guaranteed lock on. That's if you want a lock on. If you want damage, you can air dash. Say what?
It just seems a little risky biking at that range. I'm not a good rigid player.
So I think you can get the second 6S. Yeah, you can. It's just really tight. It's a tight link. Yeah, it's there. It's just really tight. Like you were right to do this technically. It's just that it's so hard. Also, you see how the game basically gives you a wall for the wall bounce?
Yeah.
If you do the second 6S, you actually don't get this. But if you just go for it, you get it. See? Because you're using the wall that the game made. So it's not, like I said, it's not guaranteed. It's just that it's good to do on occasion if you wanna oppress. Like you get that 6S counter hit. You get this, you're gonna move forward. Let me, because there was a counter hit there and I want to see. Oops, not that. Oh, okay, I thought you could. Oh, also, if you have, what's funny is this also creates this. Like if for some reason, hold on, I'm not getting it. If you get that counter hit, like that sets up you getting that kind of counter hit. And if you have 25, you can do Roger, Force Break Roger Rush for a combo. Because counter hit lock on into Force Break Roger Rush combos. So and you know it's the more guaranteed way because it's a lock on. So Roger will be on top of them. So it's one way to kind of get it a little more consistent because that's like such a rare combo to get. But I sometimes do that on the ground. Like I would do lock on a standing opponent. I'll do some repressure into lock on and then immediately do force break because that's like also a frame trap too. So lock on into force break punch is both a combo and a frame trap. So if they up back or do anything, they'll just get hit, and you get a natural combo. So it's a pretty good sequence to just have if you want to like give up the lock on, like immediately, for a straight up anywhere on the screen frame trap. And it lets you if they block, you get to basically pressure from anywhere on the screen. So I just wanted to like cover that because it's just a thing I remembered. See here, sometimes I do this. I just straight up success after burst because a lot of players do neutral tech air dash forward button. It's still pretty dangerous to do because if they forward tech, it clears above it. It's like they'll be above the success and then still be able to punish it. But if they neutral tech, see there's neutral check tatami, just do it. Ha! It's funny. It's not guaranteed, but this is funny to look at. But yeah, I just do it on occasion because it's like, okay, stop. Like you don't get to do this for free. Let me see. Okay, yeah. I feel like there's something here. Air backdash, they get hit, success, check. But it was this into this jump. Okay. Sometimes just doing nothing like this is enough. You don't have to immediately, like you did it in another part of this match where you just stayed around here and like didn't actually move. But the reason I say this is just because Yo-Yo's actually in an amazing position for pressure if you get out of this sequence. Because like you gave it up to get out of there, and that's fine. I'm just saying that like they're already looking for you. See, they're looking for you to escape. So that's why sometimes just mix up when. Just so that you're basically escaping by not doing anything. See? Because they're already looking for you. So let's play it out, and then as you get out, and then you get the hit, but like their inputs are literally like looking for you. This worked out because you used the yo-yo and like a hit. That's fine. That's good. Because this is like the most damage you can do by with one hit. Anyway. And you got a free success hit. Heck, you even did the chase thing. I pointed out. The only thing is because it was not success counter hit, it doesn't chase far. But it's a good attempt. I don't know. This is the thing I mentioned. Freaking, this button is that good. Like, oh my god. It's like you see it, and it's like, oh, I can just 6P it. My 6P's got like, bam. No, my JH is that good. Yeah, you gotta respect this at some heights. Like, if it's like, if you see it, if you already see it, don't bother. Just don't bother.
What about Starship?
Starship, maybe, but I think she'll land. Let's test that. Okay, yeah, it actually it hit, but it's like you have to be on
You
point.
have to be godlike.
Yeah, it's too much. So I would say like you got hit because you actually did it here, right? Yeah. So like if you did nothing, nothing would actually contact. That's the funny part.
Mm.
So if you just did it earlier, literally earlier, but that's like inhuman. So my suggestion is if you see it already, just block. Just let her pressure, because getting hurt is just by that move is just too much. Yeah, I would just say hell up back. Cause you see it, right? So it's like get out of there. Cause she already is active. And you can't even okay there. Now there you go. Okay. Yeah, if you just up backed instead, it was like safer. But yeah, if she's like that high and I didn't already push 6p, I just don't bother. It's just too dangerous. Like for her specifically, that move. There's just certain moves in the game that if you didn't already 6p, just let him have it. Let's let him have the jump in. Like you could try to IB throw. Oops! Oh, I got out the whole thing. Oh, let's get back. You could try to IB throw, so that you could like. Wait, was that too far? Did we? Hold on.
No, it was the second.
It was a second. Okay. It was around here. Yeah, so I would say IB throw sometimes. It's just that this is one of those moves that's a high level, so you probably wouldn't even be able to like IB throw if you did block. I mean, you couldn't block it anyway because like it'll miss. You got hit because you have an extended hurt box there. But yeah, this is just a case of like you attempted a 6p after you've already backdashed, so you kind of gave up 6ping it when you backdashed. Like it would have been like here to like see it and then 6p. It's like oh wait, see you don't do it. You can just see it. It's like, okay. See, I was wrong there. Now. Or like preemptive, like on the jump itself. But like, see, like there. Cause I feel like that's enough time to like look. Oh, okay, there. It's too high for combo, but
You can link a 6x.
yeah, but you could do this too.
Yeah.
I like doing the JP just cause like it sometimes doesn't matter on like where they are on screen, because the JP to S like combos almost anywhere. See, like JK missed, but you can get that 2 times. But yeah, the backdash basically, like I said, timing of the backdash into the timing of the that you went for. See that? See, you gave it up because you backdashed. But if you just did nothing, it's just a case of like, oh, you already decided to do something, and then they already did something, so you gave up the moment. Like that's why the attempt got you hit. You already did an action, so there's a lot of minutia that like it's hard to tell. Like, why did I get hit here when I can actually normally 6p it? It's literally just a timing thing. Okay. I'm guessing you thought she was gonna command dash here, right?
Yeah, I was expecting her to do something, so I was gonna see if I could trip her.
Okay. Alright. We'll just leave that alone, because like, yeah, I think I would have done the same thing. It's like, you know, push her out. She's done command dash a couple times already. Yeah, she's already done like command dash a couple times after the sequence too, so it makes sense that you would try to snipe it. Yeah, up back was fine. Get out of there. This was cool. The fact that you were able to get a late cross up and like confirm a JK is really good. I get these on accident sometimes. So that worked out. Was cool. I'm gonna see if. Yeah, I think this is just like really good. There could be more you could do off of this, technically. Like in this timing of whatever is you could do. This is just like if you want to do other things. This time you wanted to attack, so like that worked. But if let's say you don't want to be here at all, right? Let me see. What did you use? Okay, you already double jumped. So you can't actually air dash anymore. So technically, let's do. You could do that to get out. Just use regular roll. Wait, did you already use it? Oh, you did already use a roll. Oh, you actually don't have that many options. Where do you use that roll? Let me see. Jump. Wait, that was only one. Where did the other one go? Double jump. Yo-yo call. Yo-yo. Oh, not yo-yo call. Yo-yo set. Wait, where did it... Yeah, there it is. Yeah, you do this because it's like a really weird angle, and like they have to like turn around too. So this is kind of an okay sequence. It's not the best, but it's like working with what you have. You don't have air dash. I mean, technically you could do this, but it's a little slow, and that's like pretty okay too because it's a little fast. So like that's if you want to escape, and you can also just call it. Like delay again and then call. No. Yeah, doing any of these will be too slow. You technically that too if you want to hitbox in front of you. But yeah, doing this. What is it? How did you do it? I actually need to see how you did it because I'm like, wait, how did you do it? Okay. Okay, you use the momentum of the initial roll, call, and then okay. That's how you got the... Because you actually had some upward momentum-ish and to be able to act after the call. So I was like, how did you get the JK to come out on time? Yeah, this is really good. This is really tricky, and you got behind them, and they weren't really ready. Let's see, because what were they doing? They're like walking back. Yeah, they were walking back to try to like 2P you on the way down, but you got behind them. Yeah, this worked out. Yeah, you actually already gave up a lot of things on this way up. See here? You actually gave up a lot. This is really dangerous. But actually, if you already did this, there's one other method. Up, no. Double jump, up, back, here, and then do this. Say, you can do that too. This is like super safe. Oops. The reason for up back is to get Roger to be oops, hold on. Did I use double jump? Okay, there it is. Roger's gonna go down and then they have to take the Roger. Is there times where like let this play out so I can draw something? Okay. So the reason I do up back is because Roger has a dead zone around here when you just throw it upwards, or you do falling Roger and it's like the yo-yo's here. Roger will move forward and then go here and then go down, right? This is a dead zone right here that always happens. And Souls and like a bunch of other characters that have Shoryus or DPs that like go upwards, they try to snipe Bridget and they're like, it's like whatever. Like, I'll just be here and move up and then DP. And if Bridget does anything, I get a counter hit full combo, right? That's what their thinking is. Because it doesn't matter what Bridget does. Like, I don't have to worry about hitbox going down. Because Roger's going to move forward. I don't care what Roger does. I'm just going to DP Roger. Don't care. When in reality, you roll up. Let me clear this. You'll roll up. Like you'll throw Yo-Yo up, and then you'll roll up, get up pretty high, make Roger go down. So off screen, Roger's going down here and then going down there, and then you can FD on the way down, if you want. But then Roger ends up peeking out around here too sometimes too. So that is the hitbox that they'll go down and then have to deal with. Even Soul, even if Soul does DP, it's one hit DP. So he'll hit Roger, have no hitbox on the way up, and then you can punish DP in these kind of sequences. The reason this sequence is good here is because it turns into a hitbox around on the bottom here and a second hitbox on the side, so you get to attack safely. Like, this is I guess my brain, the normal safe way to attack that's consistent. The way you did it, I'm like, I wouldn't have thought of, because I'm like, this is a weird angle. I don't know if I can get the Yoda hit like this. So like, me seeing that and then like, let me see if I could you did it like this and then this. Let me see if I could do it. Yep, okay. Oh, it's actually kind of tight too. I'm not even getting the kick. Yeah, there it is. See, like, to me, I'm like, oh, that's really cool. How did you do? Oh, that's actually kind of hard. Okay. This is what I mean about, I sometimes learn stuff through this too. Because I'm like, oh, I didn't think of this. Oh, I didn't try this before. Because I have so many, like, methods that I go to that, like, oh, this is a save, I'll do this, I'll just do this every time. And then, like, I see you do this, I'm like, wait, how did you do that? Like, how? Oh! Okay.
A lot of weird flips in the chat. So.
Okay. Because, like, I don't know sometimes how to use the upper momentum with the roll for something, so there's that too. Actually, hold on 1 second. I'm getting a call.
No problem.
Okay, I'm back. I am back. Sorry, I had to. Someone was calling me for something quick. Okay, so yeah, I was just basically saying, like, see, I'm learning from you through this here. So like, I didn't think of using the upper momentum thing to get around the recovery of call to still do an action. That's really cool. Okay, I want to see what they did to get hit here. It's probably, yeah, it's the same. It's the same thing that happened earlier. Them trying to do the guard cancel. Could they have done anything? Actually, let me see. There's something here that can happen that they didn't do. It's it is force break guard cancel, but. Yeah, see, it's big. Yeah, and if they did it right, yeah, if they did it right, they could. Oh wait, no. There. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna start trying this more. I'm gonna start trying Buzzsaw more. Cause this
in my mind, it was a it's just a big hitbox that stays in the fire. It should catch something.
Yeah, but in my brain, it's like, oh wait, it hits multiple times and stays out for a long time. It's, yeah, I mean you're right, but it's also like it's many hits, right? So that's why it catches something like this. It doesn't do that much damage, but like, actually, wait, how much does it do? Oh, actually, no, it's enough. No, it's enough. It's enough to matter. Yeah, and you get basically that sequence. But yeah, just be aware of the force break. They haven't been doing this. Viking has not been doing it enough. So you basically don't have it in your brain like to even worry about it. And that's fine. Like they never presented it on the table, so why even bother to think about it, right? Like that's a method I go for. Is like, okay, they didn't do it. Like, I don't have to think about it until they do it. Like I've already been winning this much. Like this move has not been on the table. I'll just keep attacking. Which is fine to do. But the moment they present it on the table, you need to you need to adjust, of course. But yeah, I'm just giving you a heads up. Like this could happen. But now I learned like, oh, I could actually use Buzzsaw as an attacking method because guard cancel actually gets hit by it. I've tried so many other things. I've tried like 2K delay so that Sakura passes through. I've done like 2P so I could block on time on the other ones, and that does work. But it's like too much reactionary things and too much mental stack, so it's very inconsistent. Meanwhile, you're just like, yeah, Buzzsaw the best. And I'm like, huh, Buzzsaw is the best, isn't it? Damn, see that I learned something. Buzzsaw is awesome. Also, this happens a lot. Because Bridget, for some reason, when she arcs under like that, she has no hurt box above her. She really does just squish down.
Yeah, I didn't really anticipate it, so like, oh shoot, situation I barely get into retreat.
yeah, I getcha. I've had this happen so many times that I'm like, oh, nice, 5K 6S combo. But I getcha, like, oh no, I don't know what happened. Yeah, yo. Okay, I'm safe. So I understand. Like if you ever see it happen again though, know that you have plenty of time to see it. Stand up. Wait, I took control of the wrong person. 5K. Yeah, you have enough time to see it. But like, if you're close enough, you could get this. But it's not consistent because if you're tipping 5P, 6S doesn't combo. But this is your close enough. But like 5K, 6S always combos no matter what. That's if you're in range of 5K, of course. But yeah, if you ever see like a burst above you like that, you have plenty of time to like see it, be like, oh, the burst, nice, do something. Like just I mean, even if you're like too slow for the actual punish, you could actually do run up throw. just oh okay, I'll just throw. Sometimes that's enough. Like cuz there are players that like they'll burst and then they'll mash immediately on the landing, but there are other players that like they're usually, most players are blocking after burst. After a missed burst or an unpunished burst, but there are other players that also just straight up DP. So just be aware, like everybody does something different. But for the most part, you can just run up throw if you think you're a little too late for the punish, but you're still kind of mentally ready. Like you could go for a mix up basically instead. But like this is okay for now because like you're not ready. And this was a check. This is them taking advantage of the plus. But they didn't get that much. Like, I mean, it hurt, but it's like, this Oki wasn't potent. There it is. One of the many other kinds of outcomes. One thing, this is like, when you start seeing more of clashes, my suggestion is mash 5P or 2P or something. Something safe and fast. Preemptive inside that does not Gatling off of your button that you most likely will like clash. Sometimes, like, what that is like different per matchup. But like, just if you see a move clash a lot, start doing like that button plus like 2p or 6p or something. Just hide it inside of it so that if you do get a clash, you get to do something. You just get to do something at all. Because sometimes people like are not ready for clashes, right? But you just putting an extra button inside just lets you have another action for free. But that's if you're ready for these kind of moments. There are, I can't think of them right now in a moment, but there are certain matchups where Bridget's normals clash consistently in certain ranges against common moves. So that's when you do like see it and then immediately like, well, not see it, but like preemptive by doing like a 2p. You're just pushing a button with another button, like kind of like as a sequence. But that's like if you see a clash consistent like that. It's very, very specific. But that's one way of taking advantage of consistent clashes is hiding basically a button on top of your button. Like it's not like at the same time. It's you push this button then another button like right after, kind of back to back, like you're like double tapping. It's like that. But that's when you see a clash consistent. You don't have to worry about it until then. But I'm just giving you like an awareness of this is a method, this is a technique that can take advantage of common clash moments. I learned that back back when I was playing Exer and I was getting some consistent clashes, but that game has danger time, so you can't really like do much with it. But in this game you can. So I'm just giving you an awareness of a technique, a very, very specific technique that exists if you run into like common clashes. I can't think of them at the moment for Bridget right now, because usually like sometimes you get a clash with 2S the most, but you're already doing 2k, so you automatically get an action off of clashes. That's safe. But anything outside of that I can't think of, because it's really just mostly 2S. Actually no, it's 3p. Actually 3p gets a lot, and 3p doesn't have normal canceling, so I guess you could hide 2p inside of it because you don't Gatling into that, so you could technically do 3p 2p, but that's giving up the Kickstart My Heart cancel, normal cancel that you could do on occasion too. So you basically have to give up that normal cancel if you think you'll get a 3p clash. And there are a couple matchups like Soul and Holy Order Soul 2D. That's a pretty common clash, and they usually just mash 2D again. So, and 2p is not the answer for that either. 2p sometimes gets hit by 2D outright. So in that case, you'd have to do a 2k and be in range, or just straight up Starship, maybe. But that's a common clash, and like 236k Kickstart My Heart is not always the answer too, because that's not fast enough to stop 2D. So that's like a case of like you could do 2p, but and then sweep might not be fast enough either on the clash, because there have been cases where I try to sweep and like I just get beat. So that's a common clash that I don't even have a real answer for. So there's cases like that too, like, oh, you have all these cancel methods, but the common button that Soul does is just 2D again. So you know, you'd have to be in the moment and then Starship or just block. Like I think you can FD. Yeah, you can FD. See? You can use the clash to FD. So that's technically the safest thing to do. So you could technically hide an FD inside of each clash as well. Just something to keep in mind for how to deal with clashes. Oh, actually, for this, see how does this happen? That if you did 6P, I think you would. Oh, it said auto. P2. Let's do here. Oh wait, no. P2. Yeah. 6P would have been fine. Because I know 6S worked before and you were used to it, but just know Bridges 6P is that good. But you have to be on time. Yeah, that's a case of you do that. You'd have to super jump. But yeah, on that timing of the 6S, 6P is clean. Just be aware. P. Okay, I do this too sometimes to catch some random jump or whatever. But holy hell, man. My suggestion is delay. I would say delay the shoot, or delay the actual like hitbox of this as long as you can, and then do shoot. Just because you'll catch more with, you're just more active in the entire screen. If you're gonna do something risky like this at all, because it's crazy to do, but sometimes it works. Sometimes it works. If you have it in your mind that you're gonna risk all of your health, maybe by calling something out, maybe getting like something out of it, just extend the hitbox opportunity, because you did it pretty early here. That's why I missed. Just do like as long as possible. Might as well, right? You're already betting the farm, right? Might as well like extend it as much as possible, and then go for shoot. That way you have a bigger hitbox to work with. It's not, I would say it's the craziest thing you could do, because you're like how the life totals are. If they were more patient, or if you know you were really lucky that you just cleared over them. But if they blocked this, you lost. You actually just lost. That's how dangerous this was.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure you're aiming to snipe like a jump or something, right?
Yeah, because I noticed they did like jumping a little bit. I was like, maybe they'll jump here.
Yeah.
It's kind of I went out the corner and I think you're gonna jump type of thing. And I was wrong, but got out alive.
Yeah, you got out alive. My other suggestion is, the quote-unquote safe thing to do that is like the equivalent of this is run forward 2S. It hits around the same amount of the screen, but you have to do it yourself. But it's not as fast. So that's the drawback. This is technically the safest way. But you wanted a snipe, like, you basically wanted, let me pause it at a certain part. So you wanted to snipe, let me do it like this, okay. So how I see it is, you're used to them being around here, around this time and jumping and stuff. So you were like, oh, I'm gonna snipe this area. And just straight up get a hit and then put them in the corner, or like just push the screen, because you also want to escape the corner. But you want to do it now. You just want to do it now instead of like going in steps, because they're already here too, and it's like they're close to the corner. So the method to madness here is just speed, time, and sniping all at once. I don't suggest I don't suggest this basically almost at all, but there are just some times that like shoot will hit a non-FD blocking air hit opponent, right? I mean, I do it too sometimes. It's crazy to do, but my method of it is just like, you don't have red RC available. So if you are wrong, like if they happen to FD, Like you could still RC if you had RC, but you don't have RC, so that's why this is extra dangerous. The other thing is, if you happen to have, let's just in theory, if you happen to have a yo-yo over here, you could do hold yo-yo, then do this, then let go of yo-yo when you land, so that it comes out late and you're actually plus. You could do that too. With this crazy kind of play, there are things you can do with this. It's just that this particular moment of it was not just unsafe, but you didn't take full advantage of this crazy play. Like if you're gonna do this, go all the way with this, because there's more you can snipe on the ground, like that backdash they happen to do. If you just did it all the way, you would have hit this backdash and then comboed into shoot. So yeah, my advice is literally like, don't do this too much, but if you feel like doing it, go all the way with it. Like go all the way and then shoot, and then you just basically have a just gigantic horizontal hitbox across the screen. It's super unsafe, but hey, at least the method is you're just this bullet. If you still want to keep doing this, make sure you have RC available so that you can turn it into a mix-up. Because this is when I do like, oh, block doesn't matter, RC JD cross up. You get extra damage for free and an air tech on your terms, because you could run up air throw after the JD hits on common air tech situations. So like that's why I say I do this too, but I have meter. I have meter when I do it most of the time. There are times that I do it without meter though. So I'm not perfect. I'm just as crazy sometimes, but more often than not, try to do it when you have bar, because like it can turn into a mix-up anyway when you have bar, because you're gonna give up 50 for a JD cross up, or you can make a hit in front as well by pushing a JD a lot faster, like basically almost immediately. Then you hit it in front, and then basically have a 50-50 from a crazy move, and then you get to have an air tech sequence as well. So I'm not saying don't, I'm just saying be more careful with this craziness. Did it? Yeah. Okay. See, you got super lucky. They only did a 2K. It's like they only did a 2K. That's so lucky. There's that 6P. I don't think you could get a call. Actually, could you? Yeah, you can. Yeah, JP combos. Okay, so for this, I agree. This was a good use of it, because like, okay, they already landed. I still hang up here. They did a move. It's like, as long as they're still there, you get to basically command the next sequence and get a win, get a potential win. So yeah, it makes sense. And then they have the overhead. So I do agree with this, because it's like you hanging in the air let you basically get a full-on razor all the way. Because there are times where like you could do this, but they're still close, or like they could hit you and stuff, and you don't even get to take full advantage of razor. But here, because they're already above you, and then you double jumped and then you did it, that worked out. So that was really good. Okay, so that was one replay.
Definitely very dense.
Yeah.
And you're planning on making a vid for this, right? Like uploading?
Yeah, I'm just gonna extort it and put it on my VOD channel tomorrow, because I just extort it straight up. Like I don't edit or anything. I just put it up so that it doesn't disappear from Twitch. So I'll just put it there, and then I'll give you the link to it so that you can do whatever you want with the video. Do you want? Oh, that one video actually took a lot longer than I.
It's very dense. No, I do like dense stuff. So.
Okay, I'll do this one and then call it a day, because like I feel like that was.
It's probably
it's a lot,
Mm.
right? And I want to do this matchup because this matchup is so difficult.
Yeah.
Johnny is
I
also
got
very difficult. It's just that it's a little more manageable. It's still a 1 to 2 touch, you're dead, but Johnny has less options on movement. So it, like, I could go over it another day maybe, but yeah, I know I did like three replays with someone else last time,
I think.
but I think one of the matches was a little faster. And the thing is, we're working with 2 of Bridget's worst matchups.
Yeah.
And then last time it was also maybe 2 or 3. Yeah, it was two of Bridget's worst matchups in that too. Yeah, and this one I do want to cover. It's Amelia is a nightmare, like actually just straight up a nightmare. Johnny is bad, but it's workable, and I do want to cover it. Is just, yeah, it was already a lot, and I think like it'll be hard to retain everything in this session, so it'd be good for you to go over, you know, on your own, on the and as a VOD or whatever. Like that's why I also just like uploading them so that they exist. So if anybody else wants to see how I covered whatever I cover, it exists somewhere. So there's that. So I'll do this, but I probably can't do this today. Just because I already went over so much for this first one. So I think like doing all 3 will probably be just way too tense maybe to take in. So we'll do this one and then we'll call it.
No problem.
All right.
I think I only got 1 round on this one anyway.
That's okay. This matchup is a nightmare. So we'll just look at how it plays out and then I'll go over everything. Oh, actually, let me take off the inputs. Okay. Alright, I see. So we'll go step by step. So first, this is gonna sound crazy. Don't jump in this matchup. I know, right? Telling Bridget not to jump is like stupid, right? But no, seriously, I've won more matches by staying grounded in this than ever jumping. The reason for that is because Amelia... Okay, I'm gonna do it like this. Okay, round start. We'll start it from here. because this is this is one of those matchups that you have to attack it in a way that it just goes against everything Bridget knows, but that you kind of have to. So Bridget's normals are actually, for the most part, better than Milia's on the ground. Milia is queen in the air. Like, she just outranks Bridget in almost every way in the air, but on the ground you have a fighting chance. But that does mean that you basically have to deal with her jumping on the air and shooting down her pin, right? So what I suggest is stay on the ground and literally just, if she's up there, move around so that you can get in weird angles so that her pin isn't as potent. You're already kind of doing that by 6Ping and letting the pin go through your body. That is one good method. The other is, if she's too high and she does pin, you can IB DP, because it takes away any of the, it already doesn't have that much block stun, and you're taking away even more. So if she's too high and she tosses it, she basically doesn't get to get on you. You just DP her for even trying, and the pin will be next to you, so you can sit on it and force her to fight you on the ground. So that's step one, is make her throw the, survive the pin. That's actually step one, because when you survive pin, it forces her to play on the ground or go everywhere in the air, but you can 6P her and just stay on the ground and not worry as much, because her JD is long. Like, it'll be like around this much, this big, and you don't want to get counter hit by this. You want to respect that button. But her JS, you can 6P that free. Any other buttons, you don't worry about it. It's literally just this one button. It's pretty big, and it can hit around here. You can 6P it, but if it hits around here, it'll get around your upper body invul, right? And then it'll clash around here. So like, your hitbox is like this. Actually, I'll do it like this. Your hitbox is like this, right? Around like this. If you can at least clash with it, it's okay. As long as her hitbox, I'll do blue. Her hitbox is not around here or here. So that's what you have to pay attention to on her jumping in on you when there's no pin. When there is pin, you just have to like kind of feel it out, like run around on the ground. Don't jump too high. Just make it so that you're kind of low, because her JK is too good. Her JK goes into full combo. Like, against the best Milias I fought, every single little graze turns into a full combo into Oki in the corner. Everything. Right? So it's just not worth contesting her in the air. You fight on the ground. And yeah, once you survive pin, stay around pin so that she doesn't get it for free, or stay on it. And if you can, run away from it so that it's off screen. If you can push the screen so that the pin is not on the visual screen, she cannot get it and she has to fight you without pin. That's when you really force her to fight you, and you have to have life lead in order to really get that through. And that's really hard to do, like get a life lead against Milia outright. But if you somehow like can stay alive on the ground, survive pin, and it's pin on the ground, stay around it, she has to fight you on the ground or jump on you. Alright, she has to start being sneaky with her pressure and stuff, but you can kind of mash a lot of her pressure. Because they go for a roll and stuff, you can kind of mash 2K, so that like 2K or 2P, so if she's not really on point blank, she doesn't get the throw, she gets mashed out. Or you could just jump and air dash back, slash. So you could try to get on the ground faster. I think that makes you land a little faster. And yeah, do all that. Have Yo-Yo on screen around here or something ground level, so you can make your forward slash more potent. But don't worry about getting it on screen super. Like, it's not important on like where it is, as long as it's level field here. You can actually just do neutral set, and that's fine. Just neutral set's fine. It just needs to be on screen. Where it is doesn't matter as long as it's here, level field. Like, just so that you have roll FTC available to you, and she's gonna run forward anyway. So it'll eventually sandwich naturally, just for it existing on the floor or in midsection. You don't have to actually toss it forward or backward. Like, neutral is enough, and neutral is the fastest. Like when I mean it just needs to exist, I really mean it. Like, even if it's off screen out here because of whatever happens in the fight, just let it exist so that you can move. Then call it back and then set it somewhere better. That's how important it is to have better movement in this matchup. She's faster than you in every way, and she can catch up because of that. She can outright ignore some Roger because of her own speed, because it's hard to even make Razor come out. So just regular yo-yo call is the go-to. Like, sometimes I don't even use set reset in this matchup because that's how slow it is. She's that fast. Like, just have yo-yo exist, just call it. That alone is more powerful than most of Roger's abilities, than most of, like, your jump abilities. Yo-yo call on its own is enough because she's already moving everywhere, right? So if you just call it and it's just like she bullets through everything, she might end up hurting herself into chasing you more often than not. That's why, like, Razor is only okay, and it's not as rewarding as you would think because she's so fast. So also for her normals, it's like her far slash hits around, like, I don't know, like here. Your 2P is almost as big as her 4 slash. Like, her best poke is literally your light. So you can kind of harass with just 2P or 3P, 3P, because she's gonna sweep. Her sweep is huge, right? It'll like be like this big or something, right? And if she gets that, she gets a whole entire knockdown into Oki into you dying, right? But your 3P beats it outright, and it trades with her far slash in the same range. If you trade with it properly and you get a counter hit, you get a stagger into sweep. And you basically get to play the game. So you could throw out 3P. You literally just throw it out sometimes. Because her buttons don't beat it, actually. She has to 6P you she has to 6P you like by running in and then doing 6P so that her 6P will be in range, and that beats your 2P. Right? In order to beat 6P, you either let her rock or let her whiff and then counter poke the whiff into sweep, or you 2S. 2S sometimes loses to it, but if you're at the optimal range, like I think 2S is around here. If you hit around this hitbox, it'll get under the 6P and go through. It'll at least clash or trade. But the problem with trading is you'll get staggered. But if you get the hit, non-counter hit or counter hit, doesn't matter. You'll keep her at bay because you still have a jump cancel point. You can cancel. You have so many options with 2S on contact. Heck, it even clears, like, it hits around here anyway. So if she air dashes, it'll hit around here randomly too. The thing about her air dash is she's so fast, right? So what do you do against her just straight up air dashing at you? I just start whiffing 6P. Just whiff 6P, preemptive, or just do 5P randomly, like she will do to you. She did it to you earlier because you did air dash, and she just hit 5P and hit you for it. Do not air dash at her. There's no reason to. You do not need to air dash at her. Like, you did a couple times, and it got you killed once. Well, I say kill. That's a harsh way to say, but she did hit you pretty hard, and then you did hit her once, but your return is nowhere near her return. Yeah. Like, she gets an entire sequence for getting a 5P on you. You get a small combo into knockdown for doing an air dash, and even you doing air dash, you have to be pretty far because British air dash is so long. So it's like you'll have to be like around here or maybe here so you could get an entire sequence into knockdown. Whereas if you're closer, you'll just go over her. So it's like a little more obvious where you'll air dash than for her. So my suggestion is this: if you think she'll air dash 5P hits here, or 6P, and it'll hit around here, right? But it's a little slower. Preemptive 6P is okay. Like, the thing is, preemptive 6P might lose to sweep. if you get hit by Far Slash, it's whatever. She gets like barely any return. Like barely any at all. Like you're really just looking for sweep. Far Slash, it's like, oh, okay, you got Far Slash. You want to just 3P it, so that you get an extra opportunity for a stagger. Don't Far Slash. Unless you for sure have a yo-yo here that's prepped, or yeah, actually just that, because your Far Slash recovery will literally get you killed because of how fast she is. 2S is similar, but because it hits this entire area, it's kind of okay because she might randomly get hit entire. Like she'll just run into it. So my go. Oh, you can kind of sweep back, but its recovery isn't the best. Because the thing is, sweep does beat her her 6P, so you can kind of call that out that way too. So your go-to buttons are 2P, 2P, 2S at range, 6P for anti-air, 5P for random anti-air hit. Like you just mash it. Like if you think, kind of like how Milia's just mash 5P sometimes at random. It looks like they're looking for it's like a preemptive anti-air. You can do that back to her, and then yeah, I think. And 3P. 3P is very important. 3P is very, very important. It's this gigantic box that just stays out. If she runs into it, cool. If not, whatever, do it again on whiff. You just do it again. Cause they might try to counter poke it on whiff. No, just do it again. You can't counter poke it on reaction. It's a preemptive counter poke. Only that's the only way you can really beat 3P. Because it goes from its active, and then the recovery is the same animation. Like it's the entire move. So the yeah, just throw it out. Like it's that good. Because if they do oh, I don't know why. Oh, I got it. I made it smaller. if they do sweep, just do 3P around the ranges. Do you think they'll do sweep? So if you're like standing around here, and you think they'll do sweep, just preemptive 3P. If they do nothing, preemptive 3P again, because they might sweep after, trying to sweep the recovery of your 3P on reaction. So that's when you'll randomly get a stagger hit, and you can go in for a throw, sweep, whatever. So I wanted to establish all that first. Because from the way you played, you don't know that. Like you went to the skies immediately, because you're treating it like a regular matchup. This is not a regular matchup. This is a death matchup. This is a 6-4, like going on to 6.5. This is a really, really hard match. But if you stay grounded and take her pin, like survive her pin, force her to play on the ground, you'll have a lot better time fighting her. Because the moment you jump, she will kill you. You can still jump, but you need to escape. You don't attack by jumping. You escape by jumping. You do not attack. The only way you attack is yo-yo. If you're running, if you run away while using yo-yo. That's it. That's how you use jumping. Because if you try to run in on her, she'll 6P you, she'll 5P you, she has too many good anti-airs that will lead into death. It's not worth jumping on her. So you hit her indirectly with yo-yo, and you do not get next to this 6P of hers. Like it's too good as an anti-air for you. Okay, we'll move forward now. Like I had to establish that because that's how you have to approach this matchup to get anywhere. Oops.
And I'm glad you went over that. This is a matchup I'm more unfamiliar with.
It's hard. It's really hard. The moment you establish the ground and get used to it, the more you'll feel like you have some command over anything. Because like that's actually your best thing is your ground normals for this match. Oh yeah. don't use it. It's not worth it in this match. It's just not worth it. If you have Razor L or a negative edge yo-yo prepped, then okay, use it because you have a failsafe. Like if you have Roger here or a yo-yo negative edge prepped here, you can do 6S and then let go on your recovery as a hitbox. So you won't get hurt. The moment they enter the range, you let go. And then they have to block or they get hit. Right? That's the only time you use this move in this match. It's too hard to sniper. You have too much recovery. She's too fast. And she can really just run at you. Because she just does that randomly. She just runs at you sometimes. Because that's what the kind of character she is. Because she's going to run and do sweep. Normally. So that actually just straight up beats this. Something she does normally beats this. So that's why, like, just don't do this randomly. It's just too... It's you're safe here, but it hurts too much. Okay, click on here. Oh, I didn't click on the game. I think I'm still on. Okay, there. Oh, wait, I need to clear the screen. Right, clear screen. There we go. Okay. See that? This thing? This move? That move is a god move. That move has killed me so many times. Counter hit, non-counter hit, doesn't matter. This move commands your entire existence for being up here. Because it hits really high. Like the hitbox, okay, I have to, I mean, it is technically an upskirt, but it is important. This move, like, this move's hitbox is all this. All above. You can't really, like, do anything about it. It, like, and it's has so many Gatlings. Like, this move is why you don't want to jump. Because you'll go above her a lot. But this move hits above her all day, freely. And if you do anything and you get counter hit, she gets easier combos to put you right in the corner. So that's how important this move is. It's literally why you don't want to jump. That's how good it is. This coupled with like JD being just a gigantic horizontal hitbox that on counter hit makes you bounce into a full combo as well. Those two make you give enough reason why you just cannot jump. It's just that strong. Like, that's how important that move is. See, this is what I told you. Like, her 6Ps are too good for you to try to do this. They'll just do it. Oh, descending move doesn't matter. I'll just 6P. It's really active, and then goes into a full combo into Oki. So on this Oki, just respect it. It hits twice. It's just too good. It vacuums in. You have to respect it. But if you don't have yo-yo right now, but if you have yo-yo, you can take away one layer by doing late get up. Because you'll take away one layer. So I always do late get up. It does mean that they'll know when I get up, but it does also mean that I get to take away one layer of their really potent tools. And yeah, there it is. There's that air dash I told you about. See how high your air dash is, and then like it's so far. It's really reactable. It's just not really good for this. Okay, so you got to... Okay, when they do this, to cover you, this is when you can just fly away. So I'll show... You already committed to this, but like, I'll show you what happens if you didn't, and like you commit to like getting out of there. Oh, wrong character. You just get out of there. Just set neutral, and then on the way down, Roger. Just stall in the air for a bit, just so that you can get out of there, and then get back down on your turn. See, like, no, she can't do anything anymore. See? This is how you deal with them just doing that. Also, I think maybe that's when you can... Oh, no, she's not tall enough. Other characters, when they set things, you can success them, but she's too small. Yeah, just set the yo-yo. Like, you didn't even have a yo-yo here. You had enough time to set a neutral yo-yo and then just run. But run in a way that's like, yeah, have Roger there be as your support to get back on the ground. You want to be on the ground. So, but here you have to get out of the ground to even just deny the entire thing, because you can't read where she's gonna place those orbs. So might as well just get to the top of the screen, and then get back down safely. The reason I use Razor is just because she has to worry about that. Whereas if it's falling, Roger might end up being in a spot of the screen that you can't deal with, and then like getting Roger back in your hands, like yo-yo back in your hands, might actually matter because she's so fast. So that way, like, you're right next to Roger, you'll have yo-yo back in your hands immediately, and then like if she gets next to you, Roger's already active. Like, I think that's the safest way to deal with this. Just get around it. Like, yeah, she didn't do anything with it, but like more often than not, because this happened, if they had already air dashed into fast fall, they're basically under you, and you have to take the pressure. So you died here, so let's try that method again. So you had already did this. So you get so high that she can't reach like that, see? That's when being that high is good. It's literally just for escape. To get out of these bad situations, see? And then you can do this. That's when having Roger out is okay. Like, doing this sequence is okay. Because you earn the right to... You earn the space to have Razor out. Then you can start doing success or whatever. That whole thing I told you about with you get to poke freely because Roger's out. That's when you can do that. But yeah, that's an example of like also why JD is a normal to just get around, because yeah, you died there for it because it's a gigantic poke. That thing is godlike. So, but it's a horizontal only, and like yeah, escaping is still like good. Okay. Pretty sure. Oh yeah, that's right. Round start, what I like to do is just super jump, air backdash slash. Just because it gets me away from her. Let me see if that's okay against this sequence though. Yeah, it is actually. See, I already made space, and like they decided to throw pin immediately, so it's like, oh, it's already gone, I can start attacking now. They can call it out, but that's, you know, calling out a really safe attack that they have to read. You know, you could start shuffling like, oh well, I'll do 2P instead. JP. Oh, hold on. Super jump JP. You can do this to escape. Notice I'm literally just escaping though. I'm not attacking her. Oh, I'm not getting my super jump. Oh, and the reason I do down throw is so that I can get that angle I want for the call. See, like, look at the angle it's giving me. See? It's like really deep into the ground while I'm getting out. So it's like an active hitbox going up into me. See, like this. So if they do chase, it's like really close to ground. I can still use a really potent Razor Roger. And the reason that's okay is because it's just the distance you earn. Even if she's really fast, there you can actually do it. Because she's already doing other actions and she's like reorientating herself. Or you could just have it there on the screen and then call. But I just like having Razor there so that it's like, okay, if you move forward without looking, they already run into Roger. That's why I do down set in the air while escaping. It just gives you a really good angle. Like it comes up from the ground. You can still do Razor. You can still set the yo-yo where it's still useful on the same escape, and if they somehow just ran under everything, you can still do rolling FTC immediately on landing, because you had already set the yo-yo again, so you didn't collect the yo-yo all the way. But yeah, I just like super jumping out. Okay, so for this is the first time, so it makes sense that you'll get thrown, but let's see what happens when you mash on hit. See? It sometimes gets thrown anyway though. That's the thing, see? But 2K hits really low, so it doesn't happen to the 2K. So my suggestion is sometimes when they're mashing and not confirming properly, it's okay to just mash on hit. There are certain characters that I believe that mashing on hit is good because their method of getting control requires a lot of hit confirmation, that sometimes they're just like, nah, I'll just do it again. Like Ino is one. Ino is one where it's like she's just gonna hover dash again and not properly confirm. She just wants to get in deeper, and everything turns into overhead, right? So why not, right? And they're not gonna block the second one. She's a character where you could handily mash 5P while getting hit on the first hover dash attack. If they don't confirm, they'll get hit trying to re hover dash. If they don't confirm on like a standing hit or whatever, like if they're standing, they'll get hit by 5P as well. But it's more of like if they're crashing, they won't get hit by 5P. But if they're too deep in, they're mostly, or if they're not that deep, they're gonna try to hover dash repressure and stuff like that. That's like a weird case of like 5P even when you're getting hit, because if they're not confirming, you're gonna get your move come out anyway, and then you're gonna get command over the situation. Whereas if they did hit confirm, your button's not gonna come out. They're just gonna combo into sweep. So that's why it's okay to just mash anyway. Like this is one of those cases where if they do combo into sweep, your 2K is not gonna come out. But if they try to repressure roll, you just mash. You just mash. Even if you don't confirm it, like it's okay. You got her to not throw you. Yeah, here it worked out. This, okay, so this is also a matchup where I don't think you should use meter all that willy-nilly, because having 50 can make or break the entire match. Both for offense and defense. So here you used Razor, but it was a really high Razor, and it hit her, but notice you didn't really get much off of it. Like you used the bar, now your tension pulse is like not the best, so getting meter is gonna take a bit. You're already low on meter now, so it ended up not really favoring you. If you kept that bar, look what's gonna happen next. You're gonna get this, and then this, right? So remember I told you about Force Break Roger? This is let me get back to that Oki. So this is the Oki I would say Force Break Roger I would use, just because they didn't backdash, but a lot of Milias would backdash here, and Force Break would actually catch the backdash consistently. So this is one part of the game where you could have gone for it and then have like more potent, but like they respected it, so you got this. Well, they respected it to a point because they got counter hit here, which is kind of funny. And then this worked out. Here, I'm guessing you tried to do the callback into air dash.
Yeah.
I don't do this, not just because I'm really bad at that combo, but because she has a really thin body. So a lot of callback combo stuff ends up not working on her because she either gets pushed back or she just, her vertical hurt box is just really thin. So even when the yo-yo is like kind of on top of her, it still doesn't hit her properly. So I just take the knockdowns I can get. Like, it's okay. You don't need to go for fancy stuff against her anyway, because she takes a lot of damage naturally. So even a really basic combo does a lot on her. Because look how much damage you're doing. That's how much you did with a basic combo. So I would just say, like, I'd rather you go for this match, just for this match, I'd rather you go for a guaranteed sweep here. Because if you went for sweep here, you got one mix-up that will be potent. Yeah, here. Like, if you do sweep, like, the yo-yo is in perfect position to force this. Because if they block, they still have to take the low. Oh, I'm not getting there. Call. And the only reason it's crossing up is because she's not fully inside the corner. And then you can also do lock on this into this. Heck, you can do regular. You can do this. Like, you already basically won because of this. And even if they blocked, look at how much bar you have now. Like, you're in like prime position to earn a lot of meter just on the next sequence. Like, hit or block. Let's see if I can. Actually, let's do it this way. Do one sequence. No, let's do. Oh, I didn't hit. Oops. And then, well, point is that those two mix-ups gave you bar for me and my killing machine anyway. Like, even if they blocked, you would have ended up like pressuring into getting quite a bit of meter. So even if they escaped, you had 50 bar to work with at all. So the next sequence will be either like they do something, you can dead angle, or you got some kind of straight hit. You could go into throwing yo-yo into me and my killing machine to cut the entire screen into like fully your favor on your own method. But I feel like in this sequence you basically will win with just that sweep, because you already did for set, and set gives you the most. Like I said for the last replay, it gives you so much to work with when it's in the corner. But yeah, you got that. You got that godlike air throw. So there's that. Like, it worked out. It's just that you could have won earlier and like more solid way, instead of going for like this was godlike, but it's like you wouldn't even need to do something this godlike to win. Like, cutting out as much effort as possible helps so much. Like, this was good. Just yeah. And yeah, that was good. It's just, I was just trying to show you, like, you could have just went earlier. Oh yeah, this is the jump in. Yeah, but it was a weird hit.
I tried doing a 5K and kind of screwed up the input.
Okay, that makes sense. See, here it worked out because they just decided to do a defensive pin, so you basically got the pin for free. So you sat on it, yeah, yo-yo throw, good air entire. So here, if you just played on the ground the whole time, you basically can win. Because you have the life lead, you have a good amount of meter, you're sitting on pin, and they just burn their bar. Just to repressure. Like, they're not gonna get bar anytime soon. But you air dashed. You air dashed! So now they get pin back. And here you also used the Razor in a spot that didn't help. So now your 50 bar turned into 25 that's on cooldown. And then he got sniped. This is the whole, like, it's better not to jump because bad things happen. It turns into sequence. Normally, this would turn into another rejump combo into Oki. This, instead of going for 6 S's, like, pin is on the ground now. They did do that, but then it ended, right? So they gathered pin. Instead of doing this, it would be best to set a yo-yo. Just to have it available. Like, neutral set would be fine. See, here, another free pin for you. And in, like, in the corner. They gathered the pin again. Also, this is like, you know, they chased. You called. Yo-yo let you have pressure. See, escaping with yo-yo just gives you more in this match. If you did a Razor, it would have been pretty good here. Cause I have a feeling this was like you messed up the input, right?
Probably.
It's like here. Yeah. Here. See, it would cut this off. So it's a really good spot. Heck, it even hit her. Another free pin. Oof. So here is where I can demonstrate that 3P. Because you got hit by it. See, gives you the stagger, and it's clean. And I didn't even did it earlier. Look at that. I'm just mashing it now. Like, that's how good it is. See, it hit late, and you still got a stagger. And that's a combo. So yeah, like 3P is godlike for getting around that. Okay, so here, let me see your inputs.
I probably wouldn't 3P speed up the input.
Yeah, that was Starship. I wouldn't say Starship here because it's still so active that you'll get hit at the end. So let's do take control. Because yeah, that's just hard to block. Yeah, you just have to take this. But if you do, let's see. I'm actually trying to DP.
It might just be like freaking perfect.
Yeah, I think so. It's there. It's just this is too hard. Because even if you get this, see? Because it would hit, but you would also get hit. 6P went through? What the heck? How did that happen? Okay. Oh, you can't even get to the FRC. I'm trying to get to the FRC. Because you can technically invul into FRC into block. But I'm not even getting it. That's how tight this is. Ooh. I mean, I'm not the best at it, but like... Oof. But technically, this is actually better than getting hit by that. Because you get to do one more. See, you get one more hit. So technically... Technically, that was okay, if you got it. It's just, the window is so small. Because you trade it... Okay, so, funny thing. If you hit the first hit only of Starship, you get knocked down. I've had a lot of moments where I do Starship and I hit a limb. So it only gets the first hit. And they actually just barely get lifted off the ground, so you get a hard knockdown.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So that's why that's happening right now. You're getting a hard knockdown off of Starship trade. But technically that was the right call. It's just executing is like super hard. I freaking failed like 20 times or something trying to do it. And yeah, there's that whole like you don't want to attack her, but you also decided to like, you know, escape here, but they read it. Actually, what could you do here instead? Oh, you know what you could do? You already said it here. It is hard because you super jumped. Can you... Wait, did you already use the other rolls?
I think so.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you already used the air dash too, so you were set on that momentum no matter what. Yeah, there's a case of like you used all your options quickly, so you're kind of stuck. But this is why I can say, like, when you are escaping, you can delay your actions instead. Because you have plenty of time up here. So you could actually set the yo-yo again, like early. Or not use up your rolling so quickly. Or when you use them, delay your air dash so that you know where they are for sure and get away from them. Because you went towards them. So if you did back dash instead, you would have been fine.
I just assess my situation a bit better. So.
Yeah. Because you had some time here, I feel. Let's see how much time you had. So you jumped. You saw them over there. Hold on 1 second. I'm getting a call. Okay, sorry about that. So yeah, like let's see how much time. Okay, you could see them be there. And then there, and then you decided to do that. So I guess you already kind of set on going this direction in this timing, and then already then you saw her, and then already okay, yeah, you weren't reacting to where she was here, because I don't think that's enough time to react on time, because you reacted here, I think. That's why I like assessing like human reaction, because it's like we can look at it, oh, like the right thing to do is this, but no, we gotta take into account how much time you really had to assess what was going on.
And there is also the mental stack. This is a less familiar matchup for me, so I'm trying to keep track of a million more things.
Yeah. If you haven't fought it a lot, you're not sure, and you've already gotten hit so many weird ways, so you're not sure what the right thing to do is. Now I understand. But yeah, I would say, yeah, here you were just kind of stuck. You already decided those things. It's kind of hard to like assess at that point. You would have to have decided from here what something else to do. Like this is how far back it should have been for like a different thought. But at this point, you wanted to escape, and you already decided to escape this way, and you didn't delay your roll FTCs enough to assess. So this is what I mean about assessing while rolling. You could do super jump first. Do super jump first. Rolling FTC, delay. Then get escape. She's already crossing you up, so it's like really weird. So you could try to and just delay your last action. 2. Like just delay for as long as possible. Cause that's dangerous. Yeah. I think in this situation, super jump like this, and then decide late, really late. Cause you don't know what's going on, right? So it's like, I want out. I'm trying to super jump like this, and then decide really late. Cause I think, let me see how you did it. Yeah, you called it and then you did. Yeah, I did it all very quickly. See? So just having that little bit of time, instead of calling it, just leaving it alone, then air dashing really late, because you air dashed like pretty much there after calling, and it was like a lot of actions. You called it, then you went, so you're so busy with these other things, but instead slowing down your movement a little bit on your terms, but still being safe, lets you reassess from up here. And you still have your air dash. So you still have a way to go, and you didn't. If you're up here and you didn't use a yo-yo, you can air dash yo-yo immediately. So this is a case of like, if you just slow things down a little bit, it'll be easier to read what is going on and basically recollect yourself. I do this quite a bit when I'm like not sure what's going on. I'm like, I don't know what to do, so I'll just throw my yo-yo, super jump, rolling FTC once. Then see how they react. If they move forward, I'll roll FTC again, and then just get around them. If they stay there, I don't do anything, and then just try to land. Like if they're like, I'll do it like this. In this situation right here, if I see that they're moving forward, then I'll go the opposite direction, right? If they're over here and standing still, I'll just go straight down and then collect my yo-yo on the way down. Then I'll set the yo-yo again, or I'll super jump, set the yo-yo here or here for Falling Roger, here just to see what they're gonna do, maybe Falling Roger. But that's like a safe way to attack, right? Is like set Roger up so that he's down and then goes across the screen really far, then run forward Roger and build up offense that way. Like basically I'm resetting everything entirely by doing like late jumps just to see what is going on and recollect myself as well. That's why there's times in the match where I'll just slow down my movement entirely because I'm not sure what to do yet. And then like I see them move some way and I'm like, okay, I decide this. And then move forward because like usually it's Roger, Falling Roger, just because there's a lot of time for that move to come out. It's safe, and I can move with Roger too. So he's a hitbox, and I'm like safe to do anything with him being my attack. It's like really safe way to attack, get on the ground, and then see how the opponent reacts, then react accordingly. If they block it, you get pressure. If they up back, you get success. If they super jump forward and cross you up and to the other side, now reset the situation, and then you can set the yo-yo again. If they try to hit Roger, you can try to block. Because sometimes they hit Roger and they have like multi-hitting attacks, so you can try to block that. If they're close enough and Roger hits early, you can preemptive a 6K. Same thing with the 2K, things like that. Like that move alone just does so much to recollect me as a player and let me see how much I can take command of neutral just with Roger alone. Like that's my method of recollecting myself basically, Because I think this is what you were trying to do here. So any more questions?
For now, no. I think I have an understanding of a lot of things. I think over time, just listening to this and kind of implementing it will help me a lot more.
Okay. Any?
Like,
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say I get a lot of the ideas of what Bridge is supposed to do, but sometimes I just get lost in these moments where I'm like I don't know what to do. And like you said, sometimes slowing it down can help out a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, it helps so much. Her movement is so dynamic and like lets you get to parts of the screen that no one can touch. So you can use those parts of the screen to hide for a second and just recollect yourself. Like that's one saving grace is like people can't reach her immediately unless they're Chip. Then there's that. But like most in the game can't reach that height. Like this height, yeah, you're pretty basically safe. So you can kind of use this time to be like, okay, where can I be that's safe, and where can I be so that I can recollect and reset, and how can I get to the ground safe and do all that. It's usually the same methods. It's just where and when. Like Falling Roger is like really safe. Just where on the screen will you put Roger so that he can clear the ground, or you can like air dash and call the yo-yo so that the yo-yo is a hitbox behind you. There's that too. Usually those two are like the go-tos, depending on where the opponent is if they counter that. Is there anything before in this or the other replay that you wanted me to go over specifically?
Not too much. I kind of wanted to look at how you would see the situations and what you would do. Kind of give me some more ideas of what I should be focusing.
Okay. And
Maybe,
yeah?
When we watch the vids, I'll probably ask some more in like a private message or in the chat.
Okay, if you wanted to DM me and like you could put like a timestamp on a part, maybe I could help you on like some little minutia in the future. So we could do that. But yeah, is there did you want me to go over something super basic like in training mode or something that maybe could give you an idea, or is this enough, you think?
I think this is enough for now.
Okay. Alright then we'll end it here. Thank you for stopping by. This was fun for me too, because I get to kind of poke at my own brain too. And yeah, we'll just call it a day.